good, other than the fact that, again, this was booked as Admiral Gibbs versus Megan, and I was here mostly as her lawyer, but then again, it turns out that
I'm as here as Admiral Gibbs' lawyer as well.
You're a surprise witness.
Yeah, like, well, this is the thing, is that it's not just a surprise.
Did you agree to me being here earlier?
These are, like, psychotic.
Did you agree? Did you agree to me being here earlier?
Tell him that it was me. Let me go to jail. I will succeed in there because it's a structured system that makes sense, and there's no goddamn bitches like you.
It was a 2-on-2.
Yeah, but
So stop. You agreed. We have structured this. It is a structured system. You should be good with this, Claw. We can do structures, right?
Wonderful.
Okay.
We'll let them cam up and get their text sorted.
Yo.
We'll come back.
Okay, so now you can hear?
The thing.
It is. It's unblurred. You good?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Gibbs. Go ahead and say your piece. You can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay, Gibbs, you're up. Go.
Good evening. I would like to say in opening, these two individuals, Meg 7th and Claw, are without a doubt some of the most horrible people I've ever had the displeasure of interacting with. These people have repeatedly showed their true colors, acting insane and evil over and over again. They have no problem using people than lying about them. They have hurt several of my extremely close friends on multiple levels, and I have a massive fucking issue with how they conduct themselves. They have been a blight on anyone that has ever interacted with them. These people are hardened criminals who have fled the state to avoid active warrants. Not only do these people not deserve to be streaming, they deserve to be spending their lives behind bars for all the heinous shit they have done. If they don't belong in jail, then they belong in the insane asylum. These people have done everything from shit on walls, just out of sheer spite, to come up with insane grooming conspiracies about streamers. This is all due to Claw being jealous of all the streamers that 7th has fucked. Most of them will try to clout chase. In summary, Claw's a cuck. 7th is a former OnlyFans fancy girl. I now find it ironic that these are the things they try to crusade against online. These people also have no integrity. Just this week, they posted a tweet from mine and Rez's face on there and said they don't allow poor people to comment. The one word for this is hypocrisy. And that shit is hilarious, considering they squatted in the last two places they lived in for several months. Today is my own pleasure to be here today, so I bring these two, so I may see them for their heinous, bring these two into the spotlight, so the world may see them for heinous, insane, criminal degenerates that they really are.
Okay.
Your friends who have opening Fuck, I need to mute you. How do I mute you on here?
Right click. No, just somewhere
This is that
in there.
professionalism they were talking about.
Let them. You had your chance, Gibbs. Let's give them their chance, and we'll give Rez. Okay?
He's like bringing people into this where he's saying that we squatted at a place where, like, I paid rent to partially help a friend out with not losing their apartment that they ended up losing because they hadn't been paying rent on it. And he's claiming we squatted there. The person that you're lying about while you're claiming we're criminals has open criminal charges, like, which if you're going to talk about that, then bring them on here. That's crazy that you're gonna go here and lie about something.
Yeah, what do you have a problem
can't
with?
Even come on here and defend themselves,
I guess, like,
because they have open criminal charges where they committed a crime against a cop, and then you're gonna call me a criminal? That's crazy, bro.
Back the blue. Back the blue.
What is my crime? Trespassing at my own apartment that I paid to live in, that I have receipts for, saying that I paid to live in it. You're gonna come here and lie about me paying to live in a fucking apartment? Nah, fuck you, bro. And then you're gonna lie and sit there and you're fucking, are you in a government paid house? Because your thing you want to trope about on the internet is that you're an orphan. Don't say you're an orphan if you're not actually an orphan. Bro, my family, the reason that we were in the situations we were in is because my family is like fucked up. And then you have to bring that shit into it, and that I have to explain.
Can you guys move the mic so we can actually see your face, by the way?
There you go.
Thank you.
It's fucked up. It's stupid. It's fucked up. The only reason that I know you is because of the friend that you're bringing into this lying about the situation. And the other time, and our issue that it boils down to is that I said your friend acted weird at a party and acted in a way that I wouldn't conduct myself in, okay? And that I felt weird. The only other time that we've hung out was in downtown Austin when, yet again, you were hanging out with people that I didn't particularly get along with. So I think it breaks down to the fact that the friend that I met you through, we just don't hang out with the same kind of people. I don't know. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be this crazy thing where you write this twit longer and get like, what do you want?
Claw,
I
did
don't
you have
get it.
anything? Did you have anything to add?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, again, I only met Gibbs the one time at his party where I was sexually harassed by one of his guests. It was pretty awkward, I'll be honest. I've never experienced quite that amount of weirdness from a single party before, but I did go to a lot of parties in Austin, Texas, where there was a lot of even weirder shit going on. But we can't talk about that kind of stuff. Despite this group, seemingly the Twitch poll community, at least specifically, loves going after pedophiles, but like nobody wants to jump on board any of the.
To a 14-year-old,
We're on
it's
Kick.
so far I can take it.
We're on Kick right now. Like this is insane. Like
And
what?
it's just saying.
What is this
you have a
website?
place to sit here and call me a criminal or something for a non-issue, while the issue shouldn't the issue be?
Okay.
Should somebody say to Zerko,
Okay.
what the fuck are
No,
you
let him
doing,
run with
bro?
it. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with
Like,
this.
what the actual fuck are you doing?
Let him cook.
Yeah,
I mean, again, it's strange.
Take your
to me.
time. Honestly,
Hey,
it's fine.
weird.
Again, it's strange to me that I've only met you one time, Gibbs. The only other thing I knew about you was that you also defended Megan against Clint. Like that was the thing, you called him onion smeller guy and stuff. And like that's all I ever knew of you was like some weird simp. And so I didn't know much about you. And then I learned a lot about you that night at the barbecue, at the whatever you want to call that. And so it's strange to me. But again, I'm just the chosen one meant to save humanity from like all disasters and floods like yourself. So I'm just here to stop people like you from existing. And so I don't know what else you want to talk to me about, but I'm going to continue to tell everybody that you're a fucking weirdo that like is just the most strange human being on the planet, and nothing's going to make me like stop doing that. Like I'm just, because I'm going to have to just be honest, and unfortunately the objective honest truth is that you're just weird.
But kids, my problem with you is that you couldn't just agree that it was a weird vibe. That like, it's a weird vibe for a barbecue, or just be like even apologetic to a point where you're sitting there after the fact arguing with the chick on your own stream about how she stole your cord and all this shit because you're arguing about this. And you can't just be like, maybe this
at
person
viewers,
is acting
bro.
a little bit off.
It's like 8 viewers. We were there. We were on your side. It was funny. You were like, Molly, stop yelling at me, Molly. We were like,
Because you
damn.
want to have an issue with us at this point, because that's all that apparently the community that Rez has fostered, congratulations, just sits there and likes to discuss what me and Claude do.
What community is that? What would you call this community?
Doing that?
What would you call this
What are you
community?
doing? Like, stop it. It's not that interesting. Like, what do you want to know?
Today's a bad day for everybody, guys. Mommy and daddy broke up. Mommy and daddy broke up, and now we have nothing to talk about, so we gotta go and dig into Megan Seventh's life. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know?
Okay.
When I just want to sit and play games and chill with people, and when the vibes were off, I thought it was okay to say that the vibes were a little off. I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but apparently that makes me a fucking asshole.
No, then she just has to. Then it just gives his whole life is his whole life is going to be to just because he doesn't know your name because you were close to him at a certain point, he can just Google you at any point in time and just harass you with information that like they've also been the reasons that were caused, right? Like most of the things that you're talking about are things like. Okay.
Criminals, but it's just that what he's saying, where there's a person in that community that sits there and just like gets their jollies by harassing us, and it's weird. It's honestly weird at this point. I'm putting my foot down and saying it's weird. I said years ago that it was weird. Like it's weird. And now,
And to be
because
clear,
of
the
we all-
weirdness is the barbecue vibes.
No,
not
no.
just the barbecue, that like people like Rez are sitting there continuing to want to harass us because
so-
they're being
I'm
like
letting
cheered
them
on by
go.
Clint.
But I'll take my opening
And it's
statement whenever.
weird.
That's fine.
Oh, Rez has his own opening statement.
Yeah,
So
Rez-
he's not
Yeah,
here-
that's
he's not
literally-
here
we
on
talked
behalf
about-
of
Hold on,
Admiral
hold on.
Gibbs.
I want to give everyone here a chance
took
to have
the-
their
we
say. So I
talked
want to make
about
sure
the
that you
structure
both
of
are
this.
done with your opening say
Yeah.
first. And if you're done, we'll pass it to Rez. Are we good?
Do you have anything else you want to say for your opening statement?
No, I guess.
Okay, I think I'm good, other than the fact that, again, this was booked as Admiral Gibbs versus Megan, and I was here mostly as her lawyer, but then again, it
I mean,
turns out
yeah,
that
I'm
she's-
as here as Admiral Gibbs's
You're
lawyer
a
as well.
surprise witness.
Yeah, like,
Crazy.
well, this is the thing, is that it's not just a surprise.
Did you
witness
agree to
thing,
me
these are,
being
like,
here earlier?
These are like psychotic.
Did you
like,
agree? Did
things.
you agree to me being here earlier?
It was a 2-on-2.
Yeah, but
Like
Rez,
no,
at
but
this
like
point,
no.
it's
So
just
okay,
like-
so stop. You agreed. We have structured this. It is a structured system. You should be good
Okay.
with this, Claw. We can
But
do
you
structures,
did the
right?
day of the
We can
I
do
do like
structures.
structures.
So
I mean, you said one thing I will correct though. You said that he was a judge. He's not the judge. Okay, Judge Judy is the judge. He can be the moderator, but Judge Judy is going to be the final judge that we handle all this for, right?
I'll allow it. Okay. I'll
Okay,
allow
good.
it.
Because we still got the receipts from the IP address. So keep going, Rez. Continue what you were saying.
Rez, you're up.
So, I am here to let everyone and anyone know about two individuals that at times I've cared very, very much for, that I do often worry. In fact, even this morning, as I was looking through things, because I knew this was happening, I wanted to kind of refresh myself, I saw pictures of them when I met them. I saw a vision of health, and I remember the hopefulness and the happiness that a lot of people had at that time. Something that immediately attracted me to interacting with other people online. I looked at that, and there was a deep sorrow that I felt. And I thought about a lot of what's going on here. And I believe, time and time again, there are several claims that have been made against 7th and Claw that are unsubstantiated. Some are substantiated. And yes, they are bad. I don't think that we need to go ahead and judge people on what they've done, so long as we can own up, create systems of accountability that allow for us to understand that we are not who we were, we aren't what we are gonna be unless we try to be whatever that is. I'm here simply to go ahead and come to grips with reality. I have been exacerbated with this. I've thought long and hard about this, about what I wanted to do if I were in this position, since I heard somebody asked if I would come along with this. I reflected on this and simply stated, I worry very much for the both of you. I think that there are delusions that you feed into, and that you've allowed yourself to be fed into. Delusions that I've argued about, and I've asked you for proper responses, and I think and I hope that you will find me reasonable during this. I'm simply here to go ahead and ensure that no matter what we do, there is a reminder of the reality before us. We are humans, we're fucked up, but we're still fucking humans. I end my opening statement there.
God bless and amen.
Can I ask what? So Rezzy, just to be clear, what you said? There's a lot of things that were substantiated, a lot of things that weren't.
Yes, I think that one thing that I want to an unsubstantiated claim, the boxcar claim, though it is incredibly funny, like objectively just dumb, kind of funny. I understand.
What is the box clutter claim?
Let me get to it, Wick. The box cutter claim was that 7th had attacked Clint 1717 with a box cutter. This was evidenced in a comment on a YouTube video, I believe.
No,
and then
it
there
was
was
on the original LSF thread.
Was it on the LSF? Okay, whatever. That's. I thought it was a YouTube video. That's fine. This is me.
So what happened? And
Megan, allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish.
Was it Clint's
Allow me to
roommate
finish.
at the time who was corroborating his
Yes,
story?
allow me to
painting me as an
finish.
abuser?
Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. Oh, Wick just eats his cup noodle. Guys, this is where you donate to Wick because it's the content, right? At least this is fun, right? Anyways, yeah, it was Austin. Or not, no, Razor.
It was Austin. You were right about that.
No, Austin was a different one, right? Because
Fucking
like that
Mitch
one,
Jones
I actually don't even
moderator,
disagree
bro.
with you on that. So anyways,
Mitch Jones
that was
moderator
literally,
syndrome.
that was quite literally never substantiated. It has been mostly retracted. However, it is still kind of sounds funny.
Mitch
And there
Jones
was an
moderator,
assault.
bro.
There was an
Okay,
assault.
enough.
There was an assault. That was
No.
dismissed without prejudice, which is something I will also substantiate.
So
It
just to
doesn't
be
mean
clear-
that Megan couldn't be charged with it in the future,
Just
but
to
it
be
is
clear-
unlikely because Clint did choose
The
not to
claim is-
pursue further with it. I am giving you the
Are
full
you
story
kidding?
and
He
evidentiaries
was
and facts.
pursuing it. He went
did-
on LSF and lied about it.
Both of you,
So
both of
it's
you,
a
just
problem.
Yeah, and he
the
dropped
police
actual
found that I
court
was found
action.
guilty because he's a liar, and he got scratched in the face because he was choking me out.
Did Clint
Holy
pay?
shit.
Didn't
Hold
Clint?
on.
Didn't
If I'm
Clint
not-
pay your
if I'm not
bail
understanding
after
what's
this for
going
a
on,
separate
my
thing?
audience doesn't understand. So let me ask some questions to get some fucking clarity here,
Go ahead.
please. Right?
Okay.
So to Rezzy.
What's she
So
here?
in this live stream fail thread, is this where this
Fucking
originated?
poggers
This
ass
story?
bitches.
That there was a comment? Who made the comment?
Yes, a Mitch Jones moderator made the comment because he was living with Clint at the time, and he got his friends to corroborate his story, okay, so that he could sit there on the internet and pander to idiots on the internet to continue to scam people because he's a piece of shit bitch.
This person
and all
has
he does is lie.
this
all he
person.
does is lie.
This-
all he does is lie. That's
this-
how he came onto the internet, was lying about his other ex before me. That's literally how he came into the space on Just Chatting.
Okay, can we
is telling
stick?
a
Can we
funny
stick to the one
story
thing real
about
quick?
how she attacked
I
him
just
with a
need to.
barbecue
I need to.
poker.
We need to get back to this.
It's not
Let's get to the
funny.
one thing. Let's not go to the other
barbecue
7
poker thing
conspiracies.
was funny.
That's
That was
fine.
the
We'll
only
go
thing that
back
was
to the
funny.
barbecue thing. We'll talk about fingering in a second.
No,
Claw.
I meant- okay, the
You'll get to get
barbecue
hot
poker
over
thing.
some fat dude telling
Came
you
onto
how
the
sex
internet,
works.
onto the wrong
Okay,
side.
it'll be a thing.
It's your
It'll be
friend
just
you
another fat
platformed and
dude
were standing
telling you
up
how
for.
a girl gets fucked. Right?
We're going to like 20 different threads. I want to
Yeah.
stick on the one for now. Okay.
Because he doesn't
Box
even
cutter
know
comment
what he's
was
defending here because he has the
unsubstantiated.
script from Clint.
So, anyways.
Is this
The
a claim
person
the
that
box
made
cutter
this
was
comment has
unsubstantiated,
largely
correct?
removed
Yes.
themselves from the
Okay.
internet, and that's why don't think we should mention who they are. But I think Mitch Jones moderator, I'm okay with that. I think that's fair.
Okay,
This person's
there-
removed himself from the internet. I believe that it would be fair to not mention his actual name.
Yes.
I will say that we can't say.
Son moderator.
Yeah.
I'm being the lawyer.
We can't
I'm a
because-
better lawyer, Claw.
I have
I'm
new
you.
intel. You guys don't
But
realize
you
I've
made
been
me,
gathering
and now
intel
I
on the
consume
inside,
you.
okay, motherfucker? I got intel on the fucking inside with this shit. I met people, okay? I know things. You cannot hide the truth from me for very much longer, okay? All I'm saying is that I have such a hot
Fuck.
girlfriend, guys. Holy shit.
Dude,
I
she
have
is
such a
kinda
hot
hot.
girlfriend. I don't know why we're talking to Admiral Gibbs. This would be so much cooler without him. Don't you think, Rez? All vote, keep or kick.
No, we got to go to Admiral Gibbs
Okay,
for
we're
this.
not
I
doing
haven't
that.
heard his stories, and they sound way
Reggie, you made a
funnier.
claim.
Okay.
Hold on.
I
Stop,
don't
stop,
even
stop, stop,
have a
stop.
problem with
Please,
Gibbs.
I'm begging of you. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to
I
stop
just
for a
said the
moment.
vibe
begging.
was
Just so I can
begging of you.
have some structure.
Begging of you.
Some. I'm begging, like for the bottom of my heart. So, Rezzy, you gave me one specific of an unsubstantiated claim.
Yes.
We went through that. I don't know what it matters to the overall point, but here we
It
are.
was something that I know matters to Meg. And I have
Fair enough.
said over and over again for a long period of time that I don't substantiate that claim. Right?
Okay.
And I think that it's
Beautiful.
fair to acknowledge that because we did make a joke about it. It was kind of funny. I still think it's a little bit funny objectively. If you remove yourself from the situation, the box cutter meme is
I wanna
funny.
go-
If you remove yourself from it, it's kind of funny, dude.
Okay, $2.
But you're sitting next to a person right now, but you're seeing like one of the things that we're justifying this with, Rez, is that you have a person on here right now that's kind of being used as a weapon against Megan for absolutely no reason other than the fact that you wanted to like torment him to bring him on here and get him to argue with him after literally sitting there and giving a speech about how you want to try to do a peace
Oh
offering.
yeah, I just
correct?
fucking
That sounded
gave
like
up.
a peace
Sorry.
offering type of
Yeah.
quotation that you're reading off of. Now, I
No,
don't know
like,
what
see, the
was
thing
going
is,
on
I
behind
know
the
what the
scenes, but
game is,
I'm
right?
under the assumption that you could have came out with another
Here's
fireball of an
the
accusation,
issue.
but you didn't even help him bring an accusation. He
I
just did that
know.
himself, and now
But
you
that's-
just
but
made
that's
her
where the-
actually angry again.
But
because now she has to be
Claude,
defensive,
is this
right?
not exactly what you want? You enjoy
No,
this
first off,
pugilism.
I'm
You
just here because
understand that.
I was invited here by Wick and Megan. Okay, I would
Yes.
not spend my time hanging out with Admiral Gibbs on a fucking Thursday night.
I understand
okay?
that, but again, you miss the pugilism. It's understood.
Okay, well, I want to go to actual accusations and not baseless ones. Okay, so Gibbs,
Cool.
I want to
I'm
turn
gonna get
to
a
you
drink.
for a
Perfect.
moment. Okay,
Sure.
Shouldn't
Gibbs,
be included.
you said you had something you can substantiate, and you made some claims, right?
Yeah.
Give us your biggest problem that you have with Megan.
Oh yeah. So I mean, first, she talks about her friend Mel, who you've met actually. You've met Mel, Wick at TwitchCon, right? So you know.
I probably did. I'm
You
just
did,
saying that I was on
yeah.
drugs. So
Well, no, all right. It was in my okay. But it's neither there nor there. The point is though that this is the same person we're talking about. The idea that
just real quick, $2 from Cryborn to say, where can I donate to get Rez a shirt with arms? Sorry, I'll read your super chats. Don't worry, but go on.
Pass.
So yeah, the idea. So she sat here and talked about how we have a mutual friend, right? Let me just give y'all an idea of how she treats her mutual friends, right? I'm gonna read some text that she sent Mel. All right, and this is to someone that's her friend. Thanks for the apartment. You're such a loser. How's the felony? Cop kicker. Go get a boyfriend or your buddies Clinton Chai and gives your crew. Y'all are ugly for real. Go to federal prison with Clint. Loser. You are ugly for real. Can't believe my boyfriend and I helped out such a gross, ugly person who don't want to help themselves. Bye. This is somebody that she just claimed last stream. She just streamed. I have the photos.
There's
I
no
have the
hypocriticalness in that.
So
No
here's
hypocriticalness.
so this person has sat here and claimed last stream this is her friend Mel and that was over here that she helped out. Here's the
I
true
don't think
story.
that
Here's the
person.
true
No,
story.
it was somebody I was friends with at the time.
so
but that
here's the true
person was
story about
sitting
her.
there like you are doing. Like
but
that's what Alex pointed out. That you sit there and because you have nobody else
believe
to hang
Meg
out with
has now
fucking
doxed
Clint,
Claw.
who you called
I believe
onions.
Meg
You
has now
called
doxed
onions in
Claw
the past.
as per the rules of the debate.
May I
Hold
finish
on.
my-
And you're sitting there and you're attacking me, just like Mel is, because you guys are hanging out with somebody that you called onions in the past, and you're just lying just to be assholes.
I don't know why.
I believe
Just
Meg
like
has
Mel
doxed
sat
Claw
there.
due to the rules of the debate.
Huh?
What happened?
The rules of the debate. We're
Yes.
only calling him Claw, and she just uses them.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. She did y'all. So she just
No one would have. What?
This is a procedural.
Yeah. So
Wait, what?
Okay,
here's-
whatever.
That's
Carry on.
what I was saying before. I was rudely
I don't know.
interrupted in an unprofessional manner. But it's just ironic that this is someone they call their friend, and then she turns right around, and this is after another one of my closest friends, Jackie, let them stay there, and they shit on the walls, destroyed it, and they
What?
so bad that they had to have the whole house condemned.
When you say shit on the walls,
I
just
mean,
real
they-
quick,
You can
when
bring
you say shit on the walls, you mean
Jackie.
literally
Bring
shit?
Jackie or Mel.
they
Literally, bring
literally
Jackie.
tested
Now you're
themselves.
just lying.
They literally
Now
tested
you're
the
just
walls,
lying.
and it
I
was
could
human
call the
shit on
person
the
whose
walls,
house
and
it
they
is. The person
condemned the
whose
house.
house.
And the house was
No,
torn down.
the house was
This is
in.
the
You're
thing that
so
happened.
stupid.
And
You're
Jackie-
so
Jackie's
actual
Jackie's been a
stupid.
friend of
Oh
mine
my
for
god.
11
So
plus
bring
12
Jackie
years.
here. Bring Jackie
Then-
here because the house was
You've
going
been
to
doing
be
my friend with
condemned.
Mel.
Hold on. You
Oh
both
my
talking
God,
over each
you're
other.
just lying
No one can
about
understand.
everything.
Hold on.
We
Stop.
never-
Stop.
we
Stop.
never
Stop for a
stated
moment.
that.
Stop for a
Oh,
moment.
that house
So the accusation.
just texted me.
The
like
accusation
last
is.
week.
The
That did not
accusation is
happen.
Oh, it gets
that-
better. It gets much better.
that.
Before we move on
Was
from
it
this, I have
Meg
questions.
and Claw who shit on the walls, or just one of them, or?
It was somebody that Meg, while after
Nobody
Jackie had moved out,
shit
Meg and
on
them
the
were there,
wall.
and there was human feces in the house, and it was so bad that they had to condemn the house and tear it down.
No,
Okay.
the real story is
Please.
when I lived at a house with my friend he's referring to, Jackie, who I could bring her here. The house that we were
Yeah,
living at, we were only renting. Shut the fuck up, you literal idiot. So the house that we were only renting it for a couple of months because our friend, I can bring him on if you want. Our friend Vinny, I can bring him here if you would like. He just texted
Is
me
he the one
other
that
week.
shit on the walls?
Is he
or-
Italian?
Nobody shit on the walls. He's
Okay.
just saying something. That's my point with people like Gibbs. Is they
Sure.
say something just to say something and insert themselves in drama or have a story to
So
tell.
you're saying the
It's
house
him
was
and his
not
friend
condemned?
Onion. The house was condemned, but it's because he was making it into condos. That was the plan that he had. That's why we were only staying
And this
there
is that
for a
Vinny
certain
guy?
amount of months.
Bring him on.
Yes.
Bring him on for if he's willing. Bring him on to corroborate.
Sure. Okay, I can bring him
Jackie
on.
on
So
too. But again, still,
But
nothing you
God, that's a good
Gibbs-
idea.
bring me.
the
Don't bring,
fact that
don't bring
Gibbs
me
sits
into
here
this
and
class.
lies
Also,
about things like
Also,
this
Megan
just
did not
proves the
stay
original
there at the
thing.
end. That was not. She was not involved at the end because that's the whole reason. If you do the timeline of how things worked, she moved in with me. So that place was condemned and destroyed, and condos were built there. So, and it's all owned by the same guy still. So you can tell that he bought the property, let Megan live there, and then built new property there, all owned by him because he just bought the
And
lot.
now you just like blatantly lied.
But
So it just made. That's why I'm like, I don't want to sit here and continue
So
to just
convenient
like.
that it was condemned
this
right
is
after.
just-
But
no,
sure.
'cause
I
I
have
mean, again,
questions
it
for
was
both.
condemned. It was condemned
That's why
as well
you're
because
saying
there was
you're
another
crazy
guy that was
weird
there
people.
that broke
Like-
on camera, broke a giant
That's
stripper
why
pole that
your
was in the
vibes
living
are
room,
off,
right?
Bro, that's why your vibes are off.
Wasn't that the
Right.
truth?
You're just a liar.
And didn't like a
Now
lot
the
of like
story's changing again. So now
crack
it's
dealers
so
live
wrong.
there and
Hold on.
shit?
Hold on.
Crack
Gibbs.
dealers are living there, huh? Now.
Gibbs.
Oh, well.
Gibbs.
I mean,
Gibbs,
again, I
Gibbs,
just
Gibbs,
from what I
Gibbs,
heard.
Gibbs,
Anyway, I would like to
Gibbs,
continue.
can you confirm
I wanna
this?
pause.
Is there? Do you have evidence about the shit on the walls that you can
Yeah, I
present?
mean, I feel like we should definitely call Jackie if she wants to call Jackie.
Okay,
I feel
yeah.
like that's a great
I'm
idea.
cool with that. She
I have
hates you.
questions for both parties here.
She can be like, Gibbs is literally the biggest liar on the planet. He's a piece of shit. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. If you want to bring her on, Gibbs, both of you, get her on the phone. I mean,
I have
again, or
questions for
Vinny,
both
either
of
one
you
them.
before
he
we
still
move.
owns the house.
I would like to.
Before
finish
we
what I
move
was
on,
saying.
I have
Okay,
questions
finish.
for both.
So
Can I do like questions for both of you real quick? First off, Megan, is Vinny Italian?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gibbs, was the shit
It would
smeared
be
on the
more
walls,
helpful
or
if
was
he
it like
was.
I don't have
shit
the
on the
details, I
walls,
just-
like
I
a
just have the
diarrhea
idea
shotgun?
Basically, Jack, from what I understand, what Jackie said, who I've known like 12 plus years, she's a very close friend of mine. I've known her for years.
I've never heard this poop shitting story ever in my
Anyway,
life.
long story short, the house
It
was
seems
so
like you
contaminated,
manifested a
shit,
reality
holes,
between the
and
Amber Heard
whatnot,
thing.
and like
That
drugs
you
and all sorts of wild
fabricated
things.
at a
They had to
party
keep
while
in
you
the
were
house.
fucked up. It
Right.
seems more likely that it's like a
This is
situation where you
professionalism.
were fucked up and fabricating a story at a party to seem interesting.
I
That
mean, it
seems
seems to
more
me that
likely.
it was immediately condemned right after you moved out. But I mean, if it's
I'm
already
explaining to you
wasn't
why,
immediately
because
and then,
it was
and then you're already within
hey,
your own.
Reed, hey, smart person. It's in process of being condemned
So-
because I'm explaining to you. That's
it-
why it makes sense that the
Right.
person was already
Again,
condemning the property.
So
I
what's
ask one more
interesting about
time,
this is
was it placed on the walls, or did it land on the walls?
Was it- was
God
it-
damn it,
Okay,
Gibbs.
so
Yeah, I apologize.
for evidence.
Here's-
Okay, enough.
here's-
God
but
I
damn.
don't know anything
I'm
about
just
it.
hiding for
Shit,
him.
I'm
so
making a
Gibbs, you
ruling.
would
I'm
know.
banging
I
my
would-
gavel.
I
Bang
would
my
like to
gavel.
just
Bang
finish
my
what I was
gavel.
saying.
Okay, bang my gavel to say
Do
it
you see
looks
how
like we
stupid this
cannot
is?
confirm or deny the shit situation. So we're gonna move on. Okay.
Moving
We're
on,
gonna
perfect.
strike
Okay.
after the shit is
So
no.
that's zero
we
zero
can't-
points.
We can't have a. We have no evidence for that. So
Sure, that's fine.
until
I mean,
someone
we do have
until
evidence
someone
for
brings a
placement,
witness
yeah.
for the shit walls, we cannot admit that into evidence.
I
What
mean,
else you got, Gibbs?
I
What
would-
else
I
you
would,
got?
I would like to point out before moving on that within the span of just now, there was 3 different versions of why this house was condemned out of their mouths. First, it was somebody. First, I said my thing, and then all of a sudden it turned into there were crack dealers there. Then it was someone broke a strip pole. So just within their own statement here,
No,
they've
those
already
are just
changed their
things
story
that
3
happen
times.
in
But I'm like, moving on,
Those are
moving
things-
on.
No, but you're just
Moving
lying
on,
about
moving
what
on,
happened
moving
at
on,
the
moving on.
house.
We're moving on now.
You're-
Yeah,
It
we're
was
moving on now.
definitely a party
Moving
house
on.
towards the end of it. I'm just saying
Right.
both
Anyway,
sides.
yeah,
Both
But the
sides of it
reason-
used it as a party house.
We're
Moving on.
agreeing that
Okay.
it was condemned.
Moving
The
on.
reason being that it was planned to be
Fair enough.
condemned because the person
Moving on.
bought the property to make it into condos.
I will say,
Because the
I will
person
say,
bought the-
I will say this.
bought the
I will make
property to
another
make it
ruling.
into condos.
I'll make
here,
another
baby.
ruling.
Moving
Gibbs,
on.
you can't confirm this. Fair enough. I don't know if it was a lie or whatever, but you can't
I
confirm
tell you what I
this.
can confirm
What
is
a
that they did
weird
move in.
thing.
They did move in with Mel after that, and Mel offered to let them come in there and pay a portion of the rent for 1 month. That was the only money she ever got there. And then they proceeded after
And how much
Mel moved,
was that?
that was $500, right? And so yeah, it was 1 month. That was like a third or
1,500.
half.
And I have the
Yeah.
receipts.
Okay, well,
1,500.
sure.
1,500.
Either way, I doesn't
So
matter.
how
You
long?
stayed
How
there
long
1
would
month.
you allow me to? In the middle
You
of
stayed there one-
bumfuck
you stayed there
nowhere.
1 month.
In the
You
middle of
stayed there-
bumfuck
You stayed
nowhere.
there 1 month, and then you didn't
Pause,
keep paying.
yes.
So you eventually
Alright,
got
Let Gibbs,
kicked out in a
finish, and then you can respond.
eventually, so after they paid this, they proceeded not to pay rent there, and then just squatted to the
No,
Mel.
she
So Mel
moved
eventually had to
out.
move out. Until Mel eventually had to move out. Their names weren't even
No,
on the
but
list.
Mel moved
Their
out
names
before
weren't even on the
the
lease.
Let him
rent
say
payment
Their
what
was
names
due.
weren't on the lease. Then afterwards, after Mel moves out, they continue to live there, and they keep living there till eventually someone calls in a welfare check on them due to them screaming and hearing sounds of beating and people being concerned. And so a welfare check was called, which they were both subsequently arrested for criminal trespass.
Okay. Before we let them respond, again, if we can get $50 in super chats or Kick sub dono things, right? I don't know if they have bits on Kick. If we can get $50, right? Rezzy will put on his lawyer jacket. Okay, just letting you know.
$50 for the lawyer
$50,
jacket.
and then we can monetize whatever this is. With that said, the accusation is that you were squatting. How do you
Sure. So
respond?
there's a lot of allegations being thrown out, obviously. So we're letting him kind of ramble just so he can like get all these shots out for whatever purpose. But that's the part that like sucks about this is that you just ramble about lies and slander because none of the things you just said, again, none of them are substantiated even at a first-hand experience clause, right? The only first-hand experience you ever have with either me or Megan was like at a barbecue party one time, and then your own parasocial relationship with us for everything else that we've ever encountered, right? So you are manifesting this whole fake reality based on what? The rantings of Mel So you're taking her word, but she's not even here to say it right now to us, right? Like she would never probably say all of this on stream to us. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if she wanted to come on and say something, she could, so she can like have this out with us or whatever live again on the Wiki stream another time when we both have that ability. But like this is between you and Megan, right?
Say whatever the.
But again, nothing you.
Like you
Yeah,
just
so you're just doing that.
You just displayed, and
Like, I can
you think it's
explain those
funny.
situations still.
You
But
get
they're not the way that
delusional.
you're
That's
saying.
what the delusion is, where you're saying people smear shit on walls, blah blah blah. You're the box cutter thing all over again, and then I'm just like, well, you're fucking stupid. Nothing you say matters.
At a certain point, when you just make up shit and you become like a pathological liar, like I know what it's like to be a pathological liar. I used to do
You are a
that for
pathological
fun
liar. That's
on
why
Twitch
you know.
TV. Yeah, when I was an entertainer on Twitch.tv, you were a fan, right? I made everybody, and I'm their daddy, right? I'm Twitch's daddy, you motherfucker. So don't come to me like this fucking shit. I
Oh,
made
you're a
you,
nobody. You're a
motherfucker.
nobody. You
I
have
made
nobody.
you,
You have
motherfucker.
no
I can
money.
spawn
You're
back
broke
whenever
as
the
fuck.
fuck I
You're
want.
fat as
You
fuck.
have no
You're
idea the
you're
fucking
total
metrics
scrub.
that you are dealing with at
No,
this
you
fucking
do
point, bro.
nothing.
I'm
You
black
do
and
nothing.
white, Claw.
The only
Do not
thing
make
you
me
do
turn
is
the fucking colors back on, you son of a bitch fucking loser. I'm literally always going to be better than you. You are going to
the only
literally
thing
be a
you're better
fucking
at is
piece of
licking the
shit.
from under
Dude,
you,
I
son of a
don't want to
bitch.
start
That's what
talking
you
about
do.
how disgusting your fucking house is and how
Bro,
you
you-
literally are
Bro,
being mind
have you
controlled
seen
by
your
cats
house?
right now.
You
You
drink
are
like
literally
4
being mind
Kool-Aids
controlled by
in a
cats right
span
now.
of 5 minutes.
Toxoplasmosis
It's
has
done.
taken
Can we
control of
discuss
your
the
fucking life,
mind
my
control?
guy. You need to take
If
some
I
more
may,
shrooms,
if I may, can we discuss the mind control by cats thing that Claw has just said? I am
I
curious.
don't know what the fuck that meant.
Could we?
That's in the
Could you?
Atlantic, baby.
Can you
That's
explain
in the
it?
Atlantic,
Could
baby.
you?
Toxoplasmosis. 50% of people
What?
in
What
America,
evidence?
50% of people in America that take toxoplasmosis tests, at the very least, are seen to be mind controlled and have different personality traits after being
Can
introduced.
you elaborate on that? Can you elaborate what
Yeah.
you mean by
Yeah,
that?
basically, it's this
Can you
article in the
substantiate
Atlantic.
this? Yeah, can you post this?
Dude, I can source it. That's
if
my
I
source.
believe,
I'm
if
not,
I,
like, trying to
if I
make it up or
recall
it's, like, on a
correctly,
dream. I just read an article on the Atlantic, and now it's in my
if I
brain,
rec-
and I can't unknow it.
Hold on,
if
stop,
I
Reggie,
recall
stop,
correctly
stop,
from the
Reggie,
study that
Reggie,
the Atlantic
can you
was
stop for a
referring
minute?
to,
Because I'm really curious about this mind control
I
thing.
actually can explain it because I know what the article is. I wanted to know what
So
Claw had to say.
Are you also on the mind
Because
control
again,
thing?
why do you
I've
know
known
that
what this
article?
is. So what it is
Because
that
of why? Why do you know what this
toxoplasmosis
is?
does
Because this is all
cause
I talk
people
about, and you're all
to
just fans
become
of me.
cat
Stop,
people,
you're all just
basically.
fans of me. Stop,
It's
that's all
literally
I do.
cat people.
I collect
And the thing
fans
is,
like fucking
Claw
like a moth, like
is
a flame
often
attracts a moth.
so he
That's what
goes
these
from
people are to me.
the
They're a fucking
black and
moth,
white
I am their flame,
to the
motherfucker.
cat,
I will turn
and then
you
he
into
says the
dust of
N-word,
Sahara.
and then he's
I'm so
the
close
fucking
to
looking for the
dropping a slur. Can we drop slurs
toxoplasmosis.
on fucking kick.tv
Yeah,
yet?
you can do
Whatever the fuck
slurs
this
here.
thing
Yeah,
is.
you're fine.
Hold on.
What do you
I'm also on
mean?
YouTube.
Christ.
I'm
Yeah,
also
go
on
ahead. Yeah,
YouTube,
do
so
it.
please. I'd rather
Yeah, you
not.
can. Even on YouTube, you can.
I'd rather you not.
Why?
I heard YouTube is anti-Semitic because they banned Mr. Girl. Truth or dare?
I don't think that makes me anti-Semitic, but I don't think they should be banning people either for what Mr. Go. Anyway,
You think they
that's a
shouldn't
different
ban
topic.
me?
That's a
What about
different
me
topic.
and get me and Destiny
We're
back on
talking
Twitch?
about
Then. That's all I give a fuck about.
We're talking about mind controlling cats.
That's why they won't let me back on Twitch. I won't stop talking about my control cats.
I think it's the N-word, though. Actually, I think
Yeah,
that's
but I
probably
said
it.
that shit in context. I'll stand by it. I don't
mean,
have a problem
you
with
can
that. You wanna hear
stand
that? You
by
wanna
it, but
debate-
like
debate me
you've
on
done
that
it.
shit.
But here's the thing, though, is you've gotten
I've done
banned.
it twice, and I've never said it once out of context in any party ever.
Did
in
you
the
get
entire
banned
history of
for
the
it
world.
both
Like,
times,
is that
though?
insane?
Just walk around like Pokemon.
Did it?
Hi,
No,
Pokemon.
stop.
We're both
But didn't you
partners
get
on
banned
Twitch,
both
and I'd
times you
like to
said
tell
it?
You, I don't think
No.
that was appropriate
No.
use
When was
that
the
word.
first time you got banned for it? Then you got posted.
No, I never got banned for it.
You
the
got
first
banned
time.
for revenge porn because you showed the blurred
I
out
did
vision
not
of
get banned
Meg.
for revenge porn. No,
Hey,
that
can
was
you-
actually.
can you
Yeah,
tell us
no,
about-
you
hold
got
on.
banned for revenge
I have
porn. That
evidence
is
that
like
was an
well
accident. I have
known.
evidence. I have-
That was
I have
well
evidence.
known. They
Evidence.
said it was
Evidence.
revenge
Hey,
porn.
you're just
You said it was
talking
revenge
shit. You can
porn,
hear what
and it was
anyone's
of
saying.
seventh,
Rezzy is
blurred out
saying-
naked.
Rezzy is saying
This
that
is
you were
truth.
banned. Sorry, hold on. Rezzy is saying that you were banned for revenge porn. Can you explain yourself, sir?
Yeah, I was not. I have evidence stating that was apparently my account was hacked or something, and it said I have an email from Twitch saying our apologies. You had an account activity that seemingly matched up with the account activity of someone that was recently hacked, which didn't make sense to me. But I did have a weird issue where my account got unbanned and then banned again in the middle of
Yeah,
the
so they
summer
could
of
update
2020.
your partner agreement because you were still making money
Yeah,
off subs
no, it
and
was
shit.
so they could do my payout to my Rated bank account, my final payout, which was a lot of money. They were collecting money from my subscribers, like certain people that were
Yeah.
tier 3 sub to
So
me,
you
whatever.
were
Anyway, yeah. So I got all that situated, but I was originally banned for having a manic episode going live and apparently releasing publicly or private. Essentially, yeah. Your thing is not muted.
Oh fuck! Sorry, hang on.
That's okay.
That's fine. But just to be clear, you're claiming is that you were hacked and it wasn't you who posted this.
No, I'm not. That's what Twitch claimed. I did not ever come
So
out and say
I
have
do
evidence.
recall a
So I'm being
stream.
honest with you and telling you that I do have evidence stating that Twitch even called it a mistake, my original ban, that I was banned for 2 years for, by the way, and all I did during that ban.
He's always been a Meg 7th fan. Question, yeah.
That's not. I was part of the reason. I went on a lot of rants that night.
So
but the thing that got me onto the front page of Reddit was that I called out Austin's show.
Yeah, so
for
I'm actually
using
going to
Snapchat
immediately
groom
snap.
children
I'm gonna
onto
step in
his
here.
community, and then he did that live with Dream and Tommy in it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
I'm gonna come in here in a moment for a moment here. With,
yes,
please.
Rez, thank you for bringing that up because I think I was used by Austin's show. Just
Excellent.
like
So
you used this
here's what
in a
we're
way.
going to, if I would like to do, because my claims are being challenged. My claims, I have found evidence of something. Please tell me I fucking got this to actually show up. Why is it, I fucking hate fucking copying from Obsidian.
Hey, I just posted information regarding them getting
I
evicted this
posted
morning.
the original
Getting
twit
evicted.
longer that Claw made that night.
No.
That he is currently referring to. I found this, I've had this, and I would like to actually go through these because I don't think that these are things that actually have been gone through in years
first
with
of all,
any
I wanna
amount of
confirm-
sincerity, and
I
I
wanna
think
confirm-
there's a
John,
lot of
right
value
there.
in
What
going
the-
through
Hold
this.
on. Hold on. Let me confirm. I want to go through this step-by-step process. So, Claw, is this twit longer something that you wrote? The one he posted in the group chat.
Yes. On August
Okay.
21st, 2020. We're going all the way back to the fucking olden days, baby.
Okay, so what about this twit longer do you want to draw our attention to?
I think that several of the claims that Claw makes within this twit longer are things that he goes ahead and repeats and restates over and over again that are often false.
I'll be posting this in the chat too for people.
Yeah,
to follow.
along with that, to be clear, in this twit longer, there is a lot of animosity that is directed toward Meg as well. I want to say that this is something that should be examined. It never has been examined because Claw has been banned, and nobody really on that area of Twitch would ever go on YouTube or anything like that to begin with back then. So it's never been discussed.
Isn't this what Destiny read to Zerka as a bedtime
No,
story?
No,
this is not. This is a very, very old one. This is the one that Austin looked at, had some comments about, and I'm going to be honest, yeah, I think at that time, I think you being banned for as long as you were was there, but these are
I
claims
wasn't
that
banned
you've
when
made.
I made this twit longer. I was banned after this.
You
if
were
we're getting
banned
the timeline
after
right.
this, but it was never something that somebody actually ever discussed with you in the first place. So I think that there's a lot of value in going through a lot of what is said in here. I believe that what your tactic is, Claw, is that you find one kernel of truth, and then around that you build a web of lies and half-truths, and that becomes an actual problem, because I think what we end up doing when we do a lot of this shit is we feed your delusions, and I want to show you what I've been trying to say to you for years, and this time I hope that you will be willing to listen. So,
Okay.
I think that in this twit longer, we name out many people. Clint1717, Meg 7th, Sam Explains, Just Danish, Oxus, and then you have like some positive notes on, Trip Tank and Jelly Peanut for
You
what's
got
worth,
nothing
right?
else going on, Wick. This is like you're like, oh, I love this Thursday. This is cool for me.
Yes. So
Look,
As long as you're happy, it's your stream. You know what? I trust you.
don't know what's going on.
Okay.
But
So, Clint
you guys wanted
1717.
to have this conversation, and
No,
so
it's okay.
here we are.
So
Yep, here we go.
the main claims that are made, Clint1717, my best friend, I helped him reach $25,000 during the staying stream on January 1st, and we proceeded to do really amazing things on just chatting. He visited Austin, and we had a blast. Everything was amazing. He went back to Indiana to get things ready to permanently move here, and met 7th, and it ruined everything. He regularly had issues with 7th's dog, and 7th herself, which caused him his own mental health to
Brought
spiral.
up the dog
Clint
problem.
was dealing with serious personal issues, and Seventh was berating him with accusations of cheating instead of giving him space. He slowly destroyed each and every personal relationship he had with everyone around him, except for the people who would party with him. When he ran out of money from partying too hard, he decided to enlist Oxus, the raging alcoholic, to rig the last two Survivor shows secretly. I don't believe Barry or Wet Shrimp knew about the rigging. He just needed money to flee Austin and go back to Indiana.
Okay, so what's the accusation here?
This is the accusations that Claw goes ahead and makes against Meg back then. And so this is often
Meg as in
against
he
Meg
wanted
in the
my side of it. He wanted to know what the fuck was actually going on.
If you actually
Case
look up
in point, Clint is a psychopath, and
if
he
you
knew
look up-
that, and that's why he probably brought up the thing with the dog back then, because it never added up. My dog just doesn't bite people. We can bring her here right now. Since we brought the dog up, why was the
Let's
dog
bring
biting?
the dog.
Why was
You
the
could
dog
bring the
biting?
dog.
Want the dog.
Why was
you
she
can
biting?
bring the dog, but this
All
is
right.
something
I
that
wanna see the
seems
dog.
like a
Because Clint's
large
a
change
psychopath who
of
beats up
frame.
women and dogs.
I believe that Claw, as Clint's best friend, had often spent quite a bit of time around Seventh and the rest of them. So I think that Claw would have firsthand knowledge. This idea that Claw was being fed information by Clint that drove him to some sort of psychosis, all right, to go ahead and make these false
First of all,
allegations against Seventh.
Official note for the record: that dog is totes adorable.
It is a very cute dog. Zia is fantastic.
Very
I will absolutely
Those are right.
give that to everybody. But I believe that this is the reality, is that Claw is obfuscating here because he did see these things. He runs from these things because he does know that there are issues with a lot of people involved in this. We have a lot of problems. This is the obfuscation, a kernel of truth, with a bunch of fucking weird, draw the lines out as far as you can. That is the first one that I want to get into. The second one is the Meg 7th section. Manipulates people by faking mental illness to get attention when things aren't going her way. She absolutely...
Do you fake mental, let me know, do you fake mental illness to get attention, Meg?
No.
No, she's
I
actually
am,
mentally ill. I believe that.
Yeah, no, and again,
We all
part
agree
of
about
this,
that. Yeah.
part of this process is you're reading something from 2020 where a lot of my problem
Doesn't
was that
make
I
me a
was
bad
not
person.
informed on
I'm
a
not-
I
lot
mean, you
of this
were
was
also addicted
there are
to
other statements.
Adderall
There are other statements
and
that I was making.
stimulants at the
Okay, first
time,
off, I wasn't
right?
addicted to Adderall. I didn't
Firechild,
describe that.
Firechild, the person who fingered themselves allegedly is not here today. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't talk about Molly. I wonder why. Where is she, Gibbs? Is she buried in your backyard? Is that, am I allowed to say
Gibbs,
that as a
if I
joke?
had to be real here, Gibbs, my client, would likely eat what he killed.
And on top of that, I think
That
it's
actually
ironic.
makes sense.
Hold
The
on.
barbecue makes sense now.
You know what's
Yes.
really funny though is that Claw's gonna sit here and try to make a joke like that about me when all I ever did for Molly was like give her a place to stay, provided for her, make sure she was safe, like try to help her get
Sure.
clean. However, you have multiple audio recordings and other witnesses showing you beating her ass behind you, like beating her to a pulp, and you're gonna sit here and try to make a joke about me killing somebody, but
Videos?
you're abusive as fuck, bro.
Wait,
How are you gonna come in here and
you
take
say-
credit?
are you saying that
First
you
off,
have
I
a
didn't say you
recording?
abused
Oh, we
her.
got a
I said
recording.
you
Oh, we got a
You
recording.
have
killed
a
and murdered
recording?
her.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we got a recording. Rez,
What
you want
he
to put a recording
has,
up?
wait, so
Which
I'm
recording?
gonna
Your recording?
explain, because
No,
wait,
recording of her
what
beating
he
her ass?
has
No, is it your
Hold on.
is it your recording? Did you
is
record
an
this?
illegally
Hold on.
obtained case of what I'd call revenge porn at this point, is what it's probably
Oh.
classified as. Because I asked the person recording it, who was a girl,
We learned that shit
was
from
trying to
Dream.
flirt with him at the time.
We
and I
learned that
was
shit
like,
from Dream,
"Hey,
baby.
hey, I think it's kind of weird how you're acting," and I had asked her to hang up that call, which she refused to do, and then went on to like record me and Claw. I don't even know at this point. And then they edited it.
But
they
again,
made,
it's
like,
another
mixtapes
it's
of
another
it,
thing
which
that's
she
like a
illegally
story
recorded in the
that you
state
are
of
only
New
bringing
York
up right
where
now.
you
That's
can't
not
record something
your
that
recording.
I mean, you just made up some fake idea that I was a
Delaware.
cannibal that buried people in
Please
the
present
backyard.
the evidence. If you
Yeah,
have
because that's a
present-
joke. That's the problem. is
Should we
that
listen
you
to
can't
the
have people
evidence?
like you around because it's funny when I say that you
That's all
are
you
eating
do.
people at a barbecue.
Can we
Right?
What's funny is
listen to
none of
the
that
evidence?
exists. Yeah.
There's nothing funny about that.
Let's listen to the evidence.
All right,
I
allow.
wanna see
Give
the
me a
evidence.
moment. I will find
I
it.
No, we're
don't
gonna
particularly
again. This is
want
neither
to
one of these two
listen
people were
to
even involved in this. This is the
Yeah.
problem. Is like Megan didn't
How about,
release
how,
this.
about, how about the text from
Consenting
I
to
have,
it.
Even the other person.
I
didn't.
am
Here.
excuse
To
me.
it being recorded
Excuse
in the
me.
first place, and it's been edited as I've explained. The
Excuse
person
me.
who recorded it did so as
And
like
I'll be honest,
weird.
if we're gonna
Excuse
listen to
me.
any version of it, rezwitch has so much. It's so public at this point, Wick, that you can listen to it on your own time because they've remixed it in songs. Okay.
Yes,
That's
that
how
was
bad it is.
earthly
It's not
because
bad. It's
that was
it's a
earthly
fucking
because
meme at this
that
point.
was
Which is your
earthly because he
favorite
had an autistic moment.
I don't
with
have
it.
any favorite
It was
remixes,
literally
and if I
the
did
favorite,
have a favorite
dude.
remix, it would
Okay,
probably
the
be-
Bastard
it'd probably be
remix
an
is
earthly
so
one.
good. The Bastard
Or
remix
maybe
is so
like a
good.
Trip Tank TV one or
So
something.
the
I don't
Bastard
know.
remix was earthly. He had like an emotional reaction and freaked out about that.
Oh,
one.
so people
Yeah.
are taking my music and doing remixes too.
Yeah, that
Cool.
was like a whole thing. But anyways,
Oh, got it.
yeah, I will
I've
find
not
you.
been paying attention to most
Okay.
of this.
Do you
To-
want the
to- to be
remix
clear- to be
version
clear,
or do you want
this-
the original?
Hold on. This is disputed. The claim is that this audio that you're about to hear is edited. So, my jurors in the audience, please keep that in mind.
I can give you either the
Just
original
give us
or
pick one.
or I can give you. I'm asking the other side which they would prefer.
I don't.
Do you want the
Megan, still not
remix?
consenting.
I don't consent to
Again,
this,
you
just
can.
like
It's up to you. It's up to you. Whereas I'm
I
not.
mean-
I'm not getting in the middle of this. I have no
Get-
problem.
we get back
Okay.
to
You know me. You know me. I do
Okay.
not give a fuck.
weird
Okay.
vibes.
Zerka is hitting on
Hold on,
14-year-olds. I
hold
don't
on.
care anymore.
We're in
This
my
is her.
home and having somebody record me to fucking record me and then use it in their weird friend circle for it's weird. I don't like it.
Is this
It's weird
just
vibe.
just for my clarity? Just for my clarity, is this recording like you getting assaulted? Because if you're not okay with someone playing your assault,
That's
then
what they're
I understand.
claiming. Yes, that's what they're claiming.
But she does not.
I've
It
never
was.
claimed
Right,
this.
this man, right
There
here.
is no victim. There is no victim. You're just using this to try and cause a fight between us and to have something to say yourself.
No, I mean,
There's
you just
so,
accused
like,
me of
what
being
is the
cannibal
point?
that buried
What
somebody
is
in
the
the backyard,
point? What
which
is
I
the
find
point? Do
ironic
you want
whenever
us
you're
to
sitting
fight
next
it?
to
Do
an
you want?
abuser.
Because I'm yelling right now. I'm yelling right now. So, like, what's the point? What gets to a point where you're like, a person is an abuser for yelling? Blah, blah, blah,
I mean,
whatever.
the whole point
when
is
you're
to
sitting there and you just
claim.
try and cause fights, you try to cause problems, just like the idiot who recorded the call, who I was like, hey, can you stop being an idiot? Stop recording us. Stop messaging weird things to my boyfriend. Like, you're being weird. That's what I was saying.
I've never messaged a man anything. So
I have
Yeah,
public.
I
I
will
have.
say-
If I may,
No,
if I
I'm
may,
saying
I
that's
have.
where the recording came from.
I have
Okay.
published interview with the person who made the recording and their side of the story that if people want a reference to, I can dig that out of a VOD pretty quickly.
I don't even want to get into this.
I think
Like,
that
I
if
just
you are going to start,
explained
if
it.
you're
When
going
I'm
to, if we are going to start
recording- when I'm
referencing
recording
people
against my
and
own
slandering
When
people who
you're
are not
talking
in this call, we
And
should
they can
either,
join.
we should,
Wow.
they
And
should.
they can join.
But if they have
Because I'm
already made
explaining that I didn't
statements,
consent to any
if
of
they've
this.
already made statements, then I
Where
think
are
that
the-
those
where
should
are
be
the statements?
admissible.
There is no victim.
Those
when you
should
force
be
somebody.
admissible.
There is no victim when you force somebody to be a victim. That makes you the
I don't
perpetrator.
understand
The girl
what-
who was recording the call, the person who is using
The instigator. She was
emotion,
instigating.
Instigator. That makes
She's
sense.
also edited out of the entire recording, and that recording is cherry picked, and all sorts of variables like that
There
were
are no
all
fucking
kind of
victims
funny
out
to
there.
me.
They're just using
But
it
again,
to
this is
make
like the
themselves
problem is.
name.
No, this is
No, I
the
mean,
problem.
no,
Is
here's-
that things like that are just used as blackmail against us,
Hold
and
on,
at a certain
hold
point,
on.
you just can't be held
so here's the
blackmail
problem.
liable anymore. So you just say, "I just don't give a fuck." And then when you say you don't give a fuck,
And then
then
whenever
that's when
I
they make a trend on the front page of Reddit,
evidence
right? Because that's where I've been multiple times now for this exact same shit. I don't know why she.
I just want to say, so what's
Sitting right
interesting
here.
is
While you're
y'all
sitting
just
right
made it
here,
literally
you tried
every
to
single
lighten
time
the
she's done this,
situation
just
because you're
like-
being a fucking idiot and you're being an asshole
even-
and
she's
you're
never
lying
once,
about
like,
things at this point
cared
because
about
that
me.
seems to
She's
just
never
be your
once thought I
motive,
was
that you're being a
attractive.
weirdo.
She's never once
And so we
asked
try to
me
even joke with you.
Everything
And
we've
then
been
you
through.
take
What
the
about all
joke. You
things
take the
I
joke.
told
Because you
you?
can't take a
Oh,
joke at this point
feel
because it's
like
obvious
she's
you just want to be a
wrong
piece
about
of
me.
shit
So
and
she's just,
actually
like,
lie
weird
about
about
stuff.
me.
You
Kevin,
sit there and be a
Kevin,
piece
to be
of
clear,
shit.
Meg, to be clear, you were saying that she's lying about this assault. That this assault didn't take place.
I don't care about no assault took place. Also, no piece of shit on the wall. What else does Gibbs want to sit here and try to say? Where he's just like sitting here being a mouthpiece.
I mean,
for
I
somebody
think it's
else.
pretty interesting that I have other evidence. Like,
Man, I'm just winning. What do you have? What do you have
I mean, here's
firsthand
what's really
experience?
cool. I love that. I love that every time I try to talk to you, I'm getting interrupted.
Go for
by
it. I'm just asking you what you firsthand have experience with, right? Because you're putting a lot of words in other people's mouths.
I mean, we
Like,
can,
that's the
we
that's the problem.
will get to plenty of that. Don't worry. But what's interesting questioning me is you just made an unsubstantiated claim about me, and then I made a claim about you, which we have substantive evidence of, and rezzivaer is willing to play it.
What is
and
the unsubstantiated claim that they made?
They just made a unsubstantiated claim saying that Molly's probably buried in my backyard just a few minutes ago. Did they not? And I said that's ironic coming from someone we have recording of being abusive and hitting his girlfriend.
That's why it's so funny.
There's no victim, but you can't get Molly on the stream. Like, get Molly on the stream.
That's why it's so funny.
There's no victim in any of this supposed audio recording that has been edited and put out by a person who had ulterior motive to putting it out. That I don't. There's no
the
victim
recording
to
does
this.
exist. See?
There's no victim to this. There's no victim to this. It's
So whose recording is it? The instigator's recording? Would you take that if you saw someone like in a club, and let's use Kyle Rittenhouse as an example. If you saw someone shoot a pedophile, but the pedophile was trying to attack them, would you say it's like in self-defense, or do you think that the Kyle Rittenhouse should have gone to jail? Where do you stand on the Second Amendment, Mr. Gibbs? I want to lock you into some truths. I want to lock you into some truths before I continue talking to you. You know.
I thought we were going to present some evidence, but now we're sitting here afraid to present the evidence.
I mean, again, I'm willing to go with the laws of the Constitution. Do you want to go against the freedom of a woman and go against her consent? Because I don't want to do that publicly on Kick.tv. Do you? I'm just saying I have no problem with you posting and doing whatever the fuck you want to do, but the woman that's involved, right? She doesn't want it being posted about her.
Why wouldn't she not want it? She wouldn't want to be posted about her because it happened, and she's dating her abuser still. That's what it is, and it's ironic.
Okay.
You're gonna make jokes about me being.
So you're trying to now make the allegation. This is an unsubstantiated allegation where you're trying to say that the only reason that she doesn't want that being played is because she's still dating her abuser. Are you still dating your abuser?
No.
100%.
No.
And I think I've said from the beginning that
why don't we just let the audience
that I'm not a victim, that I don't want to be a victim, that I don't want to play your edited, out of context recording because all your friends have done is try to frame it like that.
Now, to be clear, to be fair, if I may,
Stop.
I have not heard this recording. I want to be clear, Meg. It's hard for him, and to be fair to Gibbs here, it is hard for him to substantiate it when you won't let him present the evidence that he says substantiates it. Does that make sense?
It's not
a recording of him. There's nobody else in the recording besides me and Claw, apparently, where he's sitting here. Where is there a complaining party? I'm telling you that I don't want to listen to what somebody else has phrased into a narrative to try and frame my boyfriend as
most of the problems that we've had to face over the past couple months as well are kind of like, if you really wanted to get into like all of these things, right? Like there's a lot of issues that he was talking about that we didn't jump into any of those. We just kind of skipped over all of these other allegations that Admiral Gibbs has said. So it's like, at what point are we going to start to talk about how all of these issues are all stemming from the exact same fundamental flaws that Rezzivaer was talking about that we all have in these issues, right? Like I just didn't happen to. I mean, look, all you have to do, Gibbs, is just get me in contact with Elon Musk. Okay, I know Lex Friedman's a big fan of this show. He can get me in contact with Elon Musk. Put a Neuralink in my brain, and then I have all of the recordings.
If I may,
I have all of the recordings. I have all of the recordings up here that we can just go through and we can start funneling all of my memories through, and we can figure out. I don't care getting hooked up to the goddamn Matrix hive mind. If you really want me to fucking vax the fuck up, bro, I'll do it. But I'm just telling you that you're not gonna like the results. Okay,
so
because I've seen what your house looks like, and it's infinitely, looking at your house is infinitely worse than listening to that audio for sure. So if you want to get like a tour of your house, then I'll go ahead and say that I have no problem with the audio being showed at all, right? Because then we can see how you disgustingly live, and then we can see how I disgustingly live, because that's what you want to do, right?
I actually
Rezzy, go ahead.
Have a question for Meg. Meg, when you're talking about this victimless crime thing, because crime doesn't necessarily have to have a victim in this country, I believe that you're referring to the law of compacts, which is about the Confederacy, right? That is actually one of the founding parts of the Confederacy. I wonder,
the age of consent? First
ponder.
I'm her lawyer. I'm the one who said
I understand these things. I'm asking if what she's saying.
Are you asking about if I'm a Confederate? I don't even know what that means.
I'm saying some of us in this call say the N-word with the hard R, and some of us don't. And I would like to present a possibility.
Is that the evidence?
They may be part of the Confederacy. I was wondering if the law of compacts is a part of how you view the world.
I don't understand what part of Twitch poll we went into.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know what that means. I honestly, I don't like. That's not.
Do you think I'm a part of Twitch?
What is the accusation, Rezzy? To be clear.
My question
What does
is.
it mean? Explain to me
Are
what
Megan?
the law of compartments
My
is.
question is, I want to understand.
Explain what the law
Are
of compartments
Megan?
is.
Do Megan and Claw believe in the United States or not?
What?
I ask you this question.
Do I
Okay,
believe in the United States?
Do you?
Yes,
Hey,
I
here's
believe in
something-
the United States.
Mm-hmm.
What
Did
about
I
you,
get
Mike?
the,
Do you
did I
believe
get
in
the
United
answer
States?
right? Did I get the answer
I
right?
don't particularly believe the states are. I don't know if this helps you at all,
Mhm.
but I don't particularly believe the states are completely united anymore
Mhm.
because of the overturn of Roe v. Wade.
Okay, well, fair
Okay.
You want to
Well,
know
you
the
believe
Fair
that the
enough,
United
Joe.
States exists.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Because I don't think. I think every state kind of like makes their own laws right now
Mhm.
until maybe the next election or something. That's about as far as I go into because I understand things on like a base level. I
Do you
don't
think
know
that
what
the
the law
states should
compartments is that
separate?
you're talking about.
Do you think the states should separate?
No, I think that they are kind of separate right now. That
Mhm.
each state is kind of like making its own laws in a way.
Do you think that the United States is going to dissolve?
God, no.
What are you linking me, Gibbs? By the
No,
way?
I'm linking photos from Mel, who was their roommate, and all sorts of stuff that they.
Did
they've
you get
sent to
consent
Mel.
from Mel to post this? Where's the consent that we need the woman's approval? Look, I could have
Mel
easily
already
made
gave me
Mr.
the
Girl
consent. Mel already
destroy
gave me the
Destiny if we could have gone against the consent, but we never went against the consent for the whole
I already
Destiny
had the
report.
consent
So
from
you
Mel.
shouldn't go against the fucking consent of the women
I don't-
involved.
listen.
And then you don't have any consent from Mel to be sharing these fucking things.
I
You have no
already do have
consent from
consent.
Jackie
I
to be
do
sharing
have
these things.
consent from Mel.
Women don't like you. Women don't talk to you. You're disgusting.
have-
Shut the fuck up. Pooey. Pooey.
it's funny what
I
the stuff
don't
for
care.
evidence.
I don't
They've
care,
already
Gibbs.
got
I
prior
don't care.
authorization
You're a
from Mel.
weirdo. You're a weirdo
Yes,
and women don't
yeah.
talk to you. I'm
Right.
surrounded by women. What's the problem here? I don't know.
No,
You're
you're
disgusting. You're
surrounded
more
by no
disgusting than
women.
me. You got to deal with that. That's your problem with God because you don't believe in a God, probably because you want to fucking be a dumb whatever the
You know
fuck.
what
I don't
this
care.
This is fear.
I
because
don't
what-
care.
First,
I just don't
presented the
care.
evidence from Mel, and now he doesn't want to talk about that. He says, "Oh, we don't get consent." I already got consent from Mel. Mel told
I'll
me.
talk about the things you've already even
know,
mentioned
then-
that are already
then
wrong. We can
we
already
offer-
go through a laundry
I made-
list of
he
things
made
that
a
you've already
claim
said
about
are all
me,
wrong,
and I
and so
made
you
a
can
claim
keep
about him,
talking and
we
making
have a
more
recording
allegations that are wrong.
They refused to
At
let
what
us
point
play.
are you just going to be like, oh, everything he says
Every
is
time-
wrong? That's not going to
every-
be a good person to be
every
around. I'm
time
telling you.
I tried to
And if I
substantiate
talk
a
long
claim,
enough, I can make anything
he's
right or
not
wrong. So
allowed
in the end,
any
it's
of the
like
evidence
fucking
people
either
say.
I'm God or truth
Okay.
is relative, baby. In either case, booyah. God
Why
damn,
don't
motherfucker.
can we speed run since you can just do the N-word now because that's like where we're going. You literally said
no, I'm definitely not
that you
gonna say
said
the
that
N-word.
no, you said that exact line during the Cherry interview.
No, what's really funny
And then
is
like
said the
2
Donald
minutes, like
Glover
3
line.
minutes
every
later,
time I
she
present
goaded you
evidence,
into
Oh, no, that was
that.
actually
Problem with the
she
evidence.
No,
said
you
that
said
line.
that exact
Well,
line. You're
she's
not even
like-
writing
she
new
said the
lines
line.
now. No,
No, she said the same. Like she said no, and I'll say go watch the fucking clip, Rez. Don't tell me I'm wrong about this, you dummy. Dude,
So-
okay, this is why you all look stupid in a
No, you know what,
podcast
look,
against
let
me.
me- let me
Because
tell you
you
what-
all
No,
are
no.
so stupid. You don't
No,
realize I
you
remember
actually
everything. I have a fucking
literally
locked-in
missed
memory.
this.
cool. Let me
You
tell you
No,
what-
you're
have
wrong.
been
She
spinning
specifically
the
said,
same
you
yarn
at times, you,
forever
I'm Terry,
and
you
ever.
at times will say things like this. She said it, I said it.
Curious.
None of you will
She did
interrupt my
that.
money. None of you will interrupt my money, which is more important than everything going on right now. Any of you,
Can you give me a
you
soda?
won't interrupt my money. $10 from albino white guy to say this. I listened to the recording, and I understand why Claw is afraid to play it on air. He clearly abused that girl. There's even arrest records. Are there arrest records?
Yes.
Yes.
There
I'm asking
are
Claw. I'm
0
asking
arrest records
Absolutely.
for anything involving that audio clip at all that are substantiated and or not dismissed and or not thrown out of court or whatever the fuck.
If I
But yes,
may,
I was harassed over that.
here is the
With
kernel of
lies.
truth.
And they
The
put me to
kernel of
jail for
truth.
2 months for that shit.
The
That's
kernel
all true.
The kernel of truth is Claw got arrested for another time. That clip he didn't get arrested for. Specifically.
Okay, and so what was that time? What was happening that day?
What, the one you got arrested?
That I actually got both times that I got
Oh yeah,
arrested.
some
'cause I got
dudes kept
arrested
saying
twice.
that
Twice in my life I got arrested for the exact same.
this really weird guy came on and said that, you know, your girlfriend sucked my fucking cock. That's what happened that time. But
No
the time,
wonder no
then
one
you
likes
got
you,
mad
Rex,
at
because your
Bethany,
fucking Clint impression
and
is
that's it.
horrible, bro.
It's
You're
so horrible.
dying. Your
I know,
fans, your own
it's
fans
so
are dying
bad.
for me to come back. Holy
It's
shit.
fucking, it's so bad.
Oh my
I
god, that's
know.
what you're all dealing with.
What? I couldn't
her
understand that. So
You're doing an impression of her
Weird,
ex.
Rez, you have. Sorry,
Wait,
What's that?
and Wick at this point. Wait, you have to understand how it's
Hang on,
weird
make a
that the
statement.
same guy
can,
that
can
is
you
getting
move your mic again? It's weird
that
just seeing.
the
I'm
same
hearing
guy.
You're blocking.
that doesn't help because it blocks.
He
the
needs
camera.
you for the
Wait,
thumbnail,
wait,
Seventh.
Wick, after they finish their
He
crazy
needs you for the
rant, can I-
thumbnail.
may I make some make an uninterrupted statement?
You may.
Go ahead,
But
I'm
let's
going to
get through
urinate.
this. I want to clear this up.
Same
Seventh,
guy.
go ahead.
Who is getting him doxxed and stuff on the Kicker Keep Destiny?
Wait, who is
stream.
doxing him? And do you have evidence that they doxed him?
Clint. Yes.
Okay, we don't have evidence of
We don't-
doxing from
You don't
the-
have evidence.
Dude, the whole
Well, I
thing
have
is
evidence.
he gets arrested.
Wait, if you stop talking, I can handle this whole thing real quick, just to get the objective parts of it out of the way. Then she can say whatever she wants to say. I was on Kicker Keep, and somebody called the cops and tried to say that I was a piece of shit. I obviously they sent the recording or whatever the fuck they had to do to convince them that something was going on. I got arrested that night or that day. So I went to jail for the night. I got out the next day on bond. 2 months later, as I'm still waiting for trial for everything, her ex-boyfriend calls the cops with the recording again to issue a warrant as if I had broken my bond violation agreement or whatever the fuck, protective order, which I didn't. And I made sure to not break any protective order. That was then dismissed and thrown out, and I was let out of jail. So like that was the problem, is that this case has been used against me already, and I served time.
By
His
whom?
text messages prove that also
Her ex-boyfriend.
my ex-boyfriend Clint's friend Mel was sitting there talking to people like Gibbs and possibly my ex-boyfriend and being like, I'll get them trespassed from this apartment.
Do you
Wait,
have a
really
link to that
fucked up
DM?
and
Hold on.
weird.
You saying that you have that DM? Can you present that DM?
actually,
I'm
Wick,
saying
if I
that
may
Gibbs just posted those
interjection. I have a document that said that Claw pled guilty to it.
Hey, I actually might have the unedited Discord call coming to me
You
right
can
now.
go ahead and look up whatever you want to look up with the stats of the actual
Show
thing. But
me,
if you
show
look
me,
through,
show me the document where he pleads guilty.
yeah, if you look through everything, it says the adjudication, deferred, dismissed, both
Just link
cases.
it to me and I'll confirm.
That's a different one.
Yeah.
So I would just,
Let me edit this. Just give me a sec. Sorry, I didn't think we were.
Link it to me
I
and I'll
have,
confirm.
I
I
have
won't show it
whatever
on screen.
paperwork. I have
I won't
whatever
show it on
paperwork
screen.
as
My
well,
audience
if I
trusts
need
my
to.
word. I will
Okay.
read it and I will let you know.
All right. So this is no, that's not it.
Just
All right.
DM
But
it to
again,
me or
this
put
is
it
I'm
in
the
working
only
on it.
reason I was rearrested. I want to make it vehemently clear that the only reason I was rearrested the second time was because Clint on social media even confirmed that he was the one that contacted the police department with the recording that he had stated was not, like, he knew on Twitter that it wasn't about that incident or whatever, or a new video or a new recording. He used the old recording.
Look at this and be like, this is fucking ridiculous.
That he used the old recording from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever that everyone's talking about this recording from years ago. Okay, that recording was being used to put me in jail 2 years later over blackmail for this shit. That's
the
what I'm trying to.
charge- The charge
Say.
in the link I was sent was that the assault causes bodily injury to a family member, and it does show that you pled guilty.
But no, go to the next part of it. The next whatever is in it's in
Deferred. Okay, so
I'm telling you what they told me and what the judge said is that basically it was deferred. It's not a conviction. It's not even a conviction. It's not going to become a conviction or be
a
part of
deferred
anything.
adjudication is
It's
what they say
completely
in the
deferred
document.
as long as I didn't get in trouble in Texas anymore. And I understood what that meant. And so I moved away from Texas, right? So that's another thing that was alleged against us. We fled the state or whatever the fuck. We did not flee the state. Okay, I don't know what Megan's situations or whatever, but I can talk to about the one allegation that is not involving, again, none of the charges that I had were against me from any other person on my entire arrest record, okay? The only two were
I can
state
only
charges,
speak what
right?
I saw.
I know, they were state charges, were they not? No person on the other side of that. It was the state versus Texas arrested me
exactly.
over these lies that were said about me. Megan never called the cops. There's never any domestic violence calls. This is being used against me years later. So even if I was an asshole 2-3 years ago, right, to Megan in this fucking voice recording where I yelled and screamed and did all this fucking shit. Was on. I'm like honest about that, right? I'm not gonna fucking sit here and say that I didn't do that, or that it's AI generated or whatever the fuck. I don't care. But I.
So it's not AI. No, it's not AI generated.
Just real quick.
It's not AI generated.
Just real quick. Stop.
What,
stop,
may I ask, if I may?
Just to be clear,
I'm just trying to be clear.
You said that the recording, what happened in the recording, was actually real. It wasn't faked.
Correct.
Mhm.
That was what.
And you were admitting in this document in the state of Texas that you pled guilty, but it was a deferred adjudication, meaning that as long as you didn't do anything bad in the future, then nothing would happen.
That it would never go to conviction.
Okay.
So that's
Fair enough. I just want to get the facts of the matter
current
clear.
state of it, but
Now,
again, both of those were started, meaning that I was on Kick or Keep for 3 hours, going up against Clint. I didn't care that I was going up against Clint. I thought he wanted to do what he's doing right now, which is promoting himself, doing his own fucking thing.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome. But he came on and was being an asshole about the whole Megan thing. They wanted to talk to Megan, whatever the fuck. I left that shit because when I got off of the fucking Kick or Keep, the cops were already in my fucking house. So like, there's no time for anything. Megan was not on the stream with me. She was not even being yelled at or talked to on the stream with me. I'm on camera the whole time. I never leave the fucking camera. Nothing fucking bad happened. So there's like embarrassing that I have to deal with that while it was live. They called the cops on me, right? So now I don't know which community did that, whether it's Clint's, Zerka's, or Destiny's. I don't know which one of these fucking communities did that, but some asshole in the fucking chat. I know that for a fact. It was a viewer of the stream because they said he's doing it live on stream right now. That's what the police call said. So I don't know who wants to take ownership of that shit. But that did happen. And the second time, Clint took ownership of it, saying, no, that was me calling the fucking cops and getting that fucking shit triggered for an arrest warrant, for a new warrant to be triggered out for my arrest.
Can we get some evidence of these claims against
about
Clint 1717 that he was the one that then made the call? Because I do not believe that can be.
Screenshots?
I would also like to point out that every time I have provided evidence and I wanted to use the substantiated claim, they have not allowed it or won't let it be posted. We've got the audio. I got the arrest record.
I confirmed that the audio exists. What do you want to know about the
$10
audio?
I am more in. Sorry, go ahead.
$10 from Firechild to say deferred education is something usually given to first-time offenders, where once a program, community service, probation, etc., is completed, then you don't get a conviction. But you still did a crime. I want to give it to Rez. Rez, have your say, and then we'll continue on.
Yeah, that was most of what I wanted to say there. Fuck, man, I got the fucking wind out of my sails. I forgot where we were at. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, yeah, it's like, but here's the problem, right? What about Megan here? Right? And what about you?
That I have with this whole fucking thing. Why do you guys keep doing this?
Why are you guys on the run from the law?
There's no one's on the run from the law. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's interesting because I've just posted the open arrest ones just now.
My open arrest warrants. Mine.
No, not yours.
So they're not. So they're not mine again. You're wrong again. So you're attacking Megan.
I even said earlier.
Megan. Again, you're attacking Megan for what issues? What open arrest? No, which ones? Which open arrest issues?
Those
Go
are
ahead,
open
read
arrest
them.
warrants. I will read them to you. I'll explain them as we go here. So right here, we have this misdemeanor inactive for OCA, active warrant. An OCA is
so inactive. An inactive.
Hold on,
an
let me
inactive
explain.
one.
I know that. I know
An
this
inactive
is confusing for you.
one. No, it's
Let me explain why it's confusing
No, it's
for you.
inactive.
So that means the
So it
case
says
is
inactive.
active pending the warrant issued from the office of the
So it's
court
on your own evidence. It says inactive. I'm just asking a question.
I'm trying to say to you.
Active
I
warrant.
just
Why
want
are
to
you then
talk.
changing the words, changing the definitions? Like,
No,
hello, play the dog said, tap dance
I'll
before
explain
leads,
it.
motherfucker. Holy
Maybe-
shit.
Since I know you're very versed in legal precedent, Let me explain.
No, it's one word. It's English precedent. It's words. It's you say
Alright,
active and it's
May
inactive. I'm
I
asking a
explain
question.
why?
There is an
So this
open
is what it
arrest warrant
says.
from
Just
April
so everyone
4th.
knows, I am a neutral party here. Okay, I will read what it says. Okay, there are 3 ones. One is a misdemeanor. It's disposed.
That was
Disposed.
the original one.
The second one
I'll
is
talk
a
about that
misdemeanor.
one.
Just
Let's talk about that
Nick,
one.
let me go through them all, and then I'll let you have your say. But I'm going to go through them all. Okay. The second one is a misdemeanor. It's inactive for OCA, but it is an active warrant. The third one, misdemeanor, inactive for OCA, also an active warrant. Carry on.
Now, may I explain that since I actually am in law? When it says inactive for OCA, that means the case is inactive due to the fact the Office of the Court Administration has issued a warrant because they did not show up to their hearing. So that's what's happened. They didn't show up, and now the court has put the trial on a hold, and now they've updated it. And now they have issued a warrant because they didn't show. That is an active open warrant, and as of yesterday, I took this photo. So it doesn't have enough that
Okay, now that you've explained, I want Meg to be able to respond. Meg,
Now-
go ahead.
We did not want to live in Texas anymore because of all of this that has been going on.
Twitch
That we were
cord.
getting doxxed, we were getting harassed.
Twitch
We
cord.
didn't, I guess, vibe with a lot of people in Texas, like Gibbs or whoever. What?
None of those.
It doesn't
wait,
even
none
matter.
of those two
But
are even the one that I
point
want
of
to
the
talk
matter
about.
is that we did not flee.
There's an actual other one that's
Texas,
more important.
And I need to get it cleared up when we can actually sit here and have both of the cases are being investigated. Because what happened was the guy that you're saying, I don't even want to bring Clint into this because
I
it's
don't.
like, it
Clint's not
sucks
involved in
even-
this. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like this is the
it's
problem. Is
actually
again,
illegal at this
nobody.
point that somebody
Yes,
sat
Clint
there and
isn't
nobody
involved in
needed
either of the
evidence
cases
that
that you
somebody
have
sat
warrants
there
out
and
for.
That's what I'm.
nobody did.
No,
But that's
no,
So
but
you
he
don't need
was
to mention
involved
him,
in
that's fine.
mine. But he was involved in my other
How?
thing. That's why it was. He was on. I can find.
We'll get to that.
He was on
other
Kick
thing.
or
We'll get to that
Keep.
other
That
thing
he's
in a
not
We'll get to that in a
involved.
second.
Stop, please.
That
my
is
God.
his fault when
Okay,
he can.
we will
okay,
get
that's
to
my
that
fault
in
in
a
my eyes.
moment.
It is.
We will
Mhm.
get to that in a moment.
I didn't.
But before we
okay,
get to that,
so when
want
this
to
is
get
all
through this.
handled virtually, because there's no actual crime here. There's no case.
The cops
here.
were called.
Where you're saying where I was trespassed. You have the text messages there proving
So
that the
you were
girl
saying
that was
that-
bitter
just to be clear,
that had.
Seventh,
Oh
Meg,
my god.
just to be clear, you are saying that you do not have an active warrant out, correct?
Apparently, there is an active warrant where they need to follow up on
Two active
what
warrants.
the case status of all
There's
of this.
two active
I'm not an actual criminal on the run for anything
Fair
of
enough.
any substance. There's text messages in this group chat that prove that the girl that he's talking about was texting him, being
Nobody's
like,
talking about that
"I'm
anymore.
gonna
Talking
go to
about
the
this.
property
But
manager and get
Still
them
not.
trespassed."
Not.
What
That's
do you
not what they're
mean?
talking about. Trespassing at all. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like they don't even have that. So like this is the thing. Is like those two that they're
These
talking
are not
about.
for
the re-
trespassing.
If I may, I do have
Resisting
that.
arrest. Yeah, so we can
I'll
go to
send you
that
this,
one. That's
Rick.
the only one I care about because that's the only one that.
But it was just being harassed in Texas is my point. That there's no
There's nothing
actual
harassing
issue
about
to
this.
it.
I
So
mean,
this
in
one-
fact, the
this one
harassment
was-
is little bullshit.
they were
too.
the-
I also
the
showed how they
people-
kept
Hey,
harassing Mel in the
Stop.
chat.
Gibbs, stop for a moment.
They
I-
are
I-
being,
I-
cops
I
are
have
being
never
called
got
on
a
her.
chance to be told.
Cops are being called on her because at a certain point they stopped harassing me for all of this shit and they started harassing Megan. So at that point she got arrested for the exact same fucking thing. But again, never been substantiated. I never fucking said anything. The state of Texas is who arrested her without me being involved with it at all. It was their fucking decision. Obviously, the resisting arrest was their fucking decision to charge her with that shit too. So obviously, she had the fucking. She's a badass bitch gangster. I fucking understand that shit.
I didn't
She
use-
resisted arrest. She did resist
We're-
arrest. I'm not.
was
She,
charged
I don't
with
know. I don't. But I
obstructing an
think that
officer.
part of the problem is that like she's also served time for that shit, right?
It
Like
was the same
most of the
officer
time.
that came back,
Most
like,
of the
3
time when
times.
you
It
have
was
these things, you
weird,
get
bro.
time served for things like trespassing or whatever the fuck. You go in for like a day or two, you get out. It's not like a big deal for these things. Like it's misdemeanors for a fucking reason, right? These are our actual fucking crimes and shit that like actually were covered up and all this other fucking shit, right? So we won't talk about all that stuff. But the problem is we got to clear up this other shit. So the other thing with Megan is that there's another open warrant from a different place. This is involving what she's talking
Oh,
about
and
with
just to
the
be
whole
clear,
Mel thing.
after you're done, Gibbs is going to get an uninterrupted time. And
Sure.
I stress
So this is
uninterrupted.
this is
Finish up,
separate
then
this is a
Gibbs
separate
gets-
misdemeanor. And so before they get into all this other stuff, there was no squatting that took place. This is all things that I'll be able to like go through one at a time or one moment at a time if you want to ask me the right questions to figure out the truth of whatever the fuck. But again, the price being paid was $1,500. I thought that was going to be enough for 2 months. We stayed there for a month. Mel was actually behind on rent. She was not honest with us about being so far behind. We thought she was just behind 1 month. She's actually behind 2 months, so we couldn't have enough money to pay not just 1 extra month of rent. We had 2 months of rent,
So,
and the
she lied to
moratorium
you?
on evictions were over. So she basically was fucked, and she had to move back in with her parents. And so we were then left homeless, stranded after helping her out pay her rent for the month of June or July or whatever month it was at the time. So that was the more annoying part, is we then had to go through the eviction process. So I had no problem with going through that while we looked for a fucking place. But during that process of us going through, we never got evicted or anything problematic at that place because I got arrested that place, and the whole situation was Megan left the home because they said, like, if you come back now that he's gone, now that I'm gone, if you come back here, you're going to get trespassed. Well, when she was talking to me in jail, and I'm freaking the fuck out because this is the first time I've ever been in jail now, and we don't have the funds to get me out, and I'm like struggling to figure this all out. I told her, Megan, I know this is going to fucking be bad, but the only fucking thing that I need, out of that whole fucking house, get rid of the computer, get rid of the fucking TV, get rid of all of my fucking expensive shit, all of my belongings, all of my hard drive, all of my old notes, all of my everything. The only thing I wanted was my fucking grandfather's watch. And so she went back and fucking did that shit and got that shit for me, and I still have that shit. Okay? So like that was part of the reason that she got arrested at 7-Eleven literally later that night, later that day, because she went back to get my fucking grandfather's watch that I asked her to get. And so she has a charge.
Can you present the watch?
Okay.
Yes. Where's my watch? It's over there by my fucking thing.
Right. Great.
But again, this is like the thing is like nobody knows the fucking story because we don't fucking sit there and explain any of this shit to people because we just wanted to live our own fucking lives and do our own fucking thing again. So we got my fucking watch, thank God. To anyone who fucking knows me knows how important that fucking shit was. And I almost lost that shit because again, I got the cops called on me in the middle of the fucking night because of something that I had nothing to do with.
Who?
This is the problem that I have with this fucking retarded ass group of fucking people is that they if you want to go all the way back to 2020 and go through all this shit again, Rez, we can, but I know at one point you were on my side about even the Zoom shit. So I don't know how far deep we got to go on this shit before it realizes at a certain point
we could go to this. Do you want to do the Zoom stuff next?
You're gonna be split forever. We can go through the Zoom shit.
We can do the Zoom shit next.
We could do the Zoom stuff. I don't
level
know
me the fuck up. Get me on a fucking podcast with Austin then. Eventually we'll just level this fucking shit up until I get all the corrections in, okay? Let's go.
You should just stream on Kick, dude. Fuck off.
Baby. Holy fuck.
Just stream on Kick, man. It honestly be great.
Gibbs is the only one who should be talking right now.
Kick.com. I'm an ex-streamer, baby.
Gibbs is the only person who should be talking right now. Gibbs, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to say I find it very interesting. Every single time I try to present hard evidence, whether it be from Mel, whether it be the recording, suddenly we can't present that evidence for XYZ reason, and I just get interrupted. And it's just kind of interesting to me how this is a repeated pattern, you know, and then we start backtracking. First there was, oh, we don't have any warrants. Now, after we present evidence, there is warrants. So to me, this seems like a clinical lying pattern that they're both engaging in, to where they don't even know what's
both again, bro.
X as in former.
They just lie so much that they can't even tell what's reality, what's truth anymore. I mean, he's sitting here, I posted the evidence. They talk about people harassing them. When I post evidence in the Discord that I sent you of Mel telling them to stop harassing her, otherwise she's going to have her lawyer.
Mel never said that about me.
Anyway, so like I said, well, you know, she also shared an interesting thing where you said in one of those texts that to her, allegedly, that you had videos of Meg shitting all over the house. So it's interesting that I shared that text. No, that's another one. So it's interesting that I did a text message of the other people claiming this shit has happened, and now we're just gonna move on. Well, I'm just pointing out that I already posted the clip of that. I don't have to lie about the origin. I put the screenshot in the Discord. And so every time I try to present evidence, I wanted to get the audio in after there were claims made about me.
You've posted a bunch of gibberish. I don't know what you're posting.
I mean, so that's
I
just
don't know what you're posting because I'm telling you that I want to listen to what you have a problem with.
Let Gibbs finish.
Nothing comes from your first-hand experience, Gibbs. That's the problem.
You gotta let Gibbs finish and then you can respond.
You should be very well aware with being able to cut through the gibberish whenever you make nonsensical posts every day on Twitter that nobody understands, but it's completely out of context, and the only person that understands.
So you're a fan.
Is Willy Wonka. No, I'm not a fan, Papa. I didn't even know who the fuck you were until I met you through fucking them. So like, don't even be acting like I was a fan, bro. You're like not even worthy of licking the from under cheese from under my nuts. So quit with your high and mighty bullshit. Shh, relax, all right? So anyway, back to what I was saying is I every time I try to present hard evidence, it's not been allowed.
Hard evidence is hearsay. Your hard evidence is hearsay. The hardest evidence you got is hearsay, bro. Come on. You don't even know how courts work, bro.
How do you figure that?
Objection! Objection!
Of the warrants that are issued. My first claim, warrants.
I didn't confirm that they weren't. As soon as you brought them into evidence, I said, yeah, those things are true. I literally agree with them, and I said, you missed one. I said, you missed one.
To be clear, they have admitted. Hold on, stop. They have admitted to the audio being, or at least Claw has admitted to the audio being genuine. They also have admitted to having warrants out.
Correct.
Or at least Meg has.
Those were two of those. Those were two of the claims I made.
They have denied the shitting allegations, which you have not presented evidence for.
Now hold on, that's actually not true. I just posted in the Discord, Mel saying that Alex has videos of her shitting. So that's another.
I would need to.
You're saying Mel has evidence that I. So first off, you're leaking my name again. You're leaking Mel's name.
Well, first of all, you already tried to threaten to dox me a few minutes ago.
Why can she not come here?
I never threatened to dox you.
May I just?
If I may remind the court, Claw has already been doxxed originally in this case by Meg 7th.
Yeah, and on top of that, in addition
I was
to
not
that,
doxxed by Meg 7th.
in addition to that, first of all, every time I've been asked to provide evidence, I made the claim about the warrants. I provided evidence, ended up being admitted to being true. Right? Correct. Then we made the claims about the audio.
No,
that is.
I'm sitting here. No.
I know it's
Pause.
hard
You want
for
to
you
go
to,
one?
like,
You
wait your
you
turn.
had your
Wait your
uninterrupted time.
turn.
This is point for
Wait your
point now,
turn.
right, Rick?
No, it's not. It's
How
not
do you
yet.
go point for point now?
Every time I presented evidence, first I made the warrant claim. That ended up being true. Then I made the audio claim. That has now been true. We've also made the shitting claim, and now I presented indirect evidence of that claim being actuated by somebody else. So here's my thing: is you've already gone back on your original statements twice, and I keep presenting.
I've never gone back on my statements. You don't have these clips.
Okay.
We're on kick, right?
Now you can respond, gang. Go ahead.
Yeah, again, none of these things that he's saying are firsthand. I don't think that Mel would ever, unless she's like talking to an OnlyFans guy or something, like a simp, loser, bitch, idiot. Like she might lie to him and try to like convince him that like she's like having a tough time, so he gives her more money or something. Like that could be a true statement. But I know Mel, and I don't think Mel would even say these things. Like other than, again, she has her own issues or whatever the fuck. But I don't think Mel would ever say these things about us publicly or even on the record to a journalist that she respected, right? I think that she was maybe venting to a friend and just saying a bunch of random shit, or this is just what e-girls do and they just start lying to other dudes about whatever the fuck. But I've never said that to Mel, that I have a fucking video of Megan shitting. I've never also, all of the other allegations that Admiral Gibbs talked about were also completely and unequivocally completely falsified by me. I proved all of those things are being lies, right? Like that you just make shit up randomly.
No, but to be clear, you did admit earlier that the audio recording was you. And that was actual thing that happened?
But that was never a thing that I've denied of being like I've never said that was a lie.
Sure.
I've said that
Fair
was
enough.
being used against me and that had nothing to do with
I
these.
understand. I'm with you on that. Stop, Gibbs. Let me finish this. Okay. And the second thing, right, is he has accused you of having warrants out, or Meg of having warrants out, and she did admit that she had warrants out.
Definitely, but I don't, and she does about a trespassing.
Non-issue. You can bring any judge before me, please. The state of Texas, whoever you want to bring, Judge Judy, whatever. It is a non-issue that I personally did not want to continue to live in the state of Texas. I didn't like it, so I think that down the road, a lot of things are being covered via Zoom and everything right now. It is something that I'm working on resolving, but I didn't like the way that it was being handled. I don't know how else to explain but it's not so much of an issue that like I can get on my phone and walk down to a police station and say, hi, like my name is so and so, and have them look me up. I don't think that they're going to lock me up. I don't think that I'm like a violent criminal that's on the run like these people try to paint to cover up other weird shit that I've said is an actual issue. I think
if I may.
Some of it is deflection from somebody that was causing an actual problem by calling the cops and trying to like send in recordings of this and blah 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 blah. Like there's no issue here except for that original issue that it stems from. Where it's
for
like,
Mooncake in the chat, if you have a warrant, they'll arrest you. That's not true. Again, we've explained how state laws work, right? Like these are not felonies. These are not federal charges.
So may I if it does please the court.
I will let you go to res. I'll let you go in a second, res. But I just want to close this off, right? So we don't go back.
I have one last thing.
All of this. Oh, one last thing.
One last thing.
Because I wanted to either A, move on to the Zoom stuff, or B, end it all because we can
just I think
what's your last thing?
My last thing on this is I wish that you would look at the screenshot again. It says 12 months probation. Why did the cops?
The one you linked me?
I believe so. The officer B.
12 months with community service of 48 hours.
Yes. What does that? That would intend to say probably that you actually have a fulfillment that needs to be finished within Texas, right? Or you're in violation of your probation.
Everything that I did was legally acceptable, and obviously like I handled everything that I needed to handle, but I don't need to get into any more detail. I don't necessarily believe, but I do know that, you know, as far as I also know is that, you know, other people have taught me tricks, which I didn't know about the cute little expunge from your record trick. That was a pretty cool trick that I learned about thanks to burglary that I heard about in Austin, Texas one time. So I guess that there's things that you can do to get your record expunged. So even at a certain point, my record won't even have that on it anymore because it's a misdemeanor. It was my first charge. It was deferred or dismissed or whatever. And my lawyer told me everything I needed to do. I didn't plead guilty because that would be a conviction or a plea deal. There was no conviction at all. It never reached trial. It never went to trial. I did have to serve 2 months in there in jail, but that's because I didn't bond myself out, and I waited for the court system to tell me that I was done and had everything taken care of, because the only option for me at that point would have been coming to where I'm at now. I'm not hiding where I'm at either. I'm in Vegas. Like, I don't give a fuck, but I don't want people to like know my name or attack me or hunt me down or whatever.
I got you. We got two options at this point, and I'll let you guys decide what we want to do. We can either open it up for callers and see if anyone wants to have their say, or we can get into the what was it? The Zoom shit.
The Zoom shit.
If you had an
I
accusation,
think the callers would be better content, but the Zoom stuff.
It's up to you.
I think the Zoom stuff, like, we've kind of gone back and forth on it. It's just like a, I think we have. I have changed on that because, like, the original presentation, there was not. Let me say this. So, when we talk about the Zoom stuff,
but this just show it on my phone again. He's like,
back to court. Anyways, the Zoom shit is this fucking claim that Clint basically opened up a whole Zoom thing, and he basically got claw charged $4,500 for a show, which was an error on Zoom that they fixed. Right? This is what the Zoom thing is, in like the most simplistic forms, right? So there was an error, it was weird,
all of a sudden
that's
I got charged for $4,500. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I checked my wallet. It was right after I got paid, like, so very few people knew I had $5,000 in my account, but that was another point of my collusion and conspiracy theory brain snap that happened to me, right? Because that's what we originally talked about by going back into my 2020 Twit Longer to figure out what made Claw snap. Well, this is one of the things that made Claw snap, right? And so my close friend at the time, it showed me in the fucking the Zoom support email that a name that hacked me and stole my money and did this trick was originally Clint's account. And so that was real. And that's all I said, was that shit fucking was real, and it happened, and the support email said it, right? So I don't know what the fuck it was. And all of a sudden I was this like liar, scammer, fucking, they made a fucking documentary about how I was like a fucking psychopath that was lying about this because I couldn't have possibly been true or whatever the fuck. And like my girlfriend at the time confirmed that it happened, and it did happen to me, and that she was like, I don't know, like, this is crazy that this is happening to you. And I was like, yeah, this is fucking crazy this is happening to me. And like nobody believed me because, again, this is what the cult like network does about this kind of shit, right? So I've then brought everybody back together during the Zerka Royale days when I was running that whole fucking orchestra for all of these goddamn same characters that you're seeing pop up in these communities and shit. So I ran all of that shit, and then out of nowhere, Clint started like yelling at me about the Zoom thing again. After I'd already been trying to like squash the beef and just move on with my life and come back into the community, he was like, yeah, but you were lying about that shit too. I was like, no, the fuck I wasn't. And I proved it again and showed everybody in the Discord. There's like 20 or 30 people. I did it in front of everybody that time to help jog the memory of everybody. And I've never been able to do it live because anytime that I do have my Twitch account back, I try not to fucking go on crazy rampant tangents about this kind of shit from the past, right? I talk about new shit, cooler, newer conspiracy theories that are like way more fun and interesting, like the toxoplasmosis shit, right? So then we have to deal with this fucking shit where, yeah, I got fucked over by these fucking guys again. And I was like, I don't know or care if that was even real or not, but I never lied about that shit again. So like that's the whole point, is that like all of it's being used as a thing of saying, oh, Claw lies. Claw's never lied about this shit. You guys are just using Claw, bullying Claw, and making sure that Claw can't do anything ever at all, so that Megan gets hurt through like adjacent behavior. Like that's what it feels like. Because you're all attacking Megan still, despite literally being like, oh, like Claw's the asshole. It's like, well, which is it?
No, I think Meg is also equally a terrible fucking person.
Okay, well then there's the problem. You're not here trying to make any resolutions. You're just here to be an asshole, and like that's what I wanted to confirm. You're just a fucking retard. Yeah, that's fine that you're a fucking retard, but like just admit it.
I'm here to get a resolution, and that's to bring all y'all's heinous bullshit and terrible behavior to light.
Cool, but that's the problem. Is gotcha. Anything else?
What's the crime, Gibbs? You just sitting here.
Gotcha. Anything else? Uh-oh.
What is the crime?
Is there an open spot here in the panel show community for someone who says gotcha? Anything else that has a girlfriend?
I mean,
you can say with more charisma, probably.
I mean, dude,
You
Just
say
needs a little bit more
and.
charisma. Just need a little bit more
Yeah, you need
charisma.
a little bit.
Okay, the Zoom shit was okay. With that, there's a couple people who want in. Okay.
Okay, let's
Okay.
get them all in here.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
Use the restroom real quick. Gang, while we have a moment, I don't know why you would have enjoyed this content, but if you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're following me on YouTube. If you're on Kick, hit that follow button. Super chats, I'll read them. Gift subs really help. How to join the live, Mantis? Well, what you do, since we aren't in my Discord, because one of the individuals here is banned from my Discord.
Why am I banned in the Discord, Wick?
Because my admins decided to ban you. That is all I know.
And there's no more context?
You
don't need
I'm not
any?
here to adjudicate any individual mod
I think there's a
decisions.
problem. I think
We
there's a
can talk
problem
about
with
it
the
later.
moderator types. I have a
Fair
problem
enough.
with moderator types.
Fair enough. What we're going to do is we're going to, if you want in, you're going to DM me, and I'm going to add you to the group chat. Okay, we are in our Discord, so DM me if you want in, and I will add you to the group chat. Okay? And then we will pull you in one at a time, and we will have that. Okay? We're going to go with Mantis first, and then we're going to go Parallax. And if you want in line, DM me, and I will get you in the order that I have been DM'd.
Okay.
Sounds
I'm
good?
gonna let you finish
Sounds
talking
good.
for a bit. I'll be right back.
Yep, do your things. Everyone take your potty breaks. Go shit, not on the walls, please. Okay? And we'll get this done.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel, Wick? Is this everything you hoped and dreamed?
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest. It's just real frustrating, like to me, because it's like, especially when it comes to this kind of thing. It's just like I've seen these people like really harm like two of my really close.
You gotta accept my friend request if you want it added to the group call. Just FYI.
And then it's just like they backpedal delusion, and it's just like levels of delusion. I don't even know. It's just sad.
Let me see if I can do this. How do I? Man,
Yo, what up? I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh, here we go. Okay. I think I've added you here. Join the call. Anytime you want. Mantis, you got to join the call.
Educate and propagate to renovate the welfare state. Welcome to the police state. Been doing this since Watergate. I'm about to terminate the real estate. I'm being straight because you'll never populate because all you do is masturbate. At any rate, I must confess, eliminate your consciousness. Evacuate. You will be blessed because they won't wait to contain us. Corrosion wants to claim us, so the leaders take a hiatus because Rogan is just too famous, so they have to segregate us.
That was pretty
Cancel this and veto that. Just print some more, you technocrats. Cause until you see to that, you're just a bunch of scaredy cats. Spending more in 2 years than all of us combined. Inner cities losing kids, but you hear about Columbine. Selective with the news just until the ratings drop. Getting so confused, falling for the agitprop. Indoctrinate, inoculate, and then they try and automate. You think you can negotiate? I'm trying to accelerate, bitch.
Miss Mantis, if you do not join the call, I will kick you from the group. You have to join the call. You hit join call. Beautiful, lovely, wonderful. Let me add Parallax then. Okay. Parallax, you better fucking figure this out. Join the call.
How do people not know how to do this?
I don't understand.
To be honest, it was so difficult. Like I genuinely didn't think I'd get
camera
through
on
it.
so people could see you.
Hey, whoa! You're being awful demanding here, buddy.
We try to put on a show.
Constitution
Yeah,
demands an
indeed, we do.
expedient trial.
Indeed,
Okay.
we do. The
Yeah,
Constitution,
say your
legal
shit.
documents, important here. So, deferred adjudication in the state of Texas. Claude, some things you might want to check out. One of them is that one of the biggest myths about deferred adjudication in the state of Texas is that it will be completely removed from your record. The charge will not, in fact, be removed from your record. In fact, at the end of your deferred adjudication, which, let's stick to that, is your sentence. That is your sentence. This is done in the sentencing phase, meaning you were found guilty, motherfucker. Deferred adjudication, you can, at the end of it, petition to have the record and conviction sealed.
Found
It does not get
guilty
expunged.
By who?
You pled guilty
Pledged.
and
I
got
didn't want to
deferred.
found guilty. So now
And
you're
you
lying.
and that's
Now
not.
you're lying.
How
Yes,
can
you're
one
found
be?
guilty.
Oh, and how could you be found guilty? By admitting the crime, you abusive fuck. So
I don't
you
think I
pled
admitted to any
guilty
crime.
by pleading guilty. That's admitting to the crime. You
Why would
were
I plead
given.
guilty
You
to
were
a
given
crime
by
that I
the
didn't
state of
do?
Texas. You did do it. You were given by the state
Why
of
would I
Texas.
plead guilty? Why would I plead guilty to a crime that I didn't do?
A pass. You did do it.
A pass.
You were given a pass on your first
pass
offense.
yeah, so
A
this is my first offense. My
so
first offense
you
ever.
pled guilty
So I was
to
guilty
doing
of
it,
abusing,
and your
of abusing
sentence,
somebody.
your
So
sentence,
where
your
was the evidence?
sentence,
Where was the evidence in the case
your
about that day?
Your mouth.
Didn't-
You
Where was it in the
admitted
day?
to it. You
No,
admitted
where,
to it.
well,
That's
no,
what
there was no
pleading
admitting.
guilty
There was
is.
no
You
admitting
admit
to
it.
anything.
That's
That's
what
the
pleading guilty
problem. Is that
means.
no, there's no
That's
pleading
what
guilty
pleading
because
guilty. Yes,
it's
you did
never
plead guilty.
reached
You were
the
found
trial.
in the state
It
of
never
Texas.
reached the
Deferred
trial.
adjudication
It
is
didn't
part of the
reach the trial,
sentencing
right?
phase. It's
Yeah,
part.
I
It
wasn't
didn't have
found
to.
guilty. You said
You
I
were
was found
sentenced.
guilty. I
You
was
were
not. I did not.
sentenced.
No. You're understanding how this works. You have to understand there's a process.
You
I was
were
not found
sentenced.
guilty.
Law. You were
I was
sentenced.
not found guilty. You said
You were
specifically I was found
sentenced.
guilty. No,
Yes.
you're saying now that I
Yes.
pled guilty. So okay, I
Yes,
did not
which is the
plead
same.
guilty.
You know how
I'm
you are
telling you right
found
now that I
guilty,
did not
motherfucker?
plead
You
guilty.
say I'm guilty.
I'm telling you right now, I did not plead guilty. I did not go in front of a judge and say that I plead guilty to this crime. I never did that.
That is the
So
only
I'm
way you.
telling you right
Okay,
now.
then how did
I
you get?
don't know.
Then how
Talk
did
to
you
my
get a
lawyer.
conviction?
Why are
Then
you
how did you get a
talking to me?
conviction?
I did
Then
not
how'd you
get a
get a conviction?
There's no conviction.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to
Because
say.
deferred
I will
adjudication,
promise on this,
deferred
I will swear
adjudication
on
is
God, I
part
will
of
swear on God, I
deferred
will hold God in
adjudication. I don't
Bible.
care if
I
you
will
swear on God.
my life. I will swear
You
on
can
everything.
swear on
I have
the
not
imaginary
convicted.
spell
Not a
wizards you can
convicted.
think
Not
of.
conviction.
It won't
Zero
change the fact
conviction.
that
This is
in
the
the state
problem.
of Texas,
Not a conviction.
deferred
Not
adjudication is
convicted.
part of
Yeah,
the
but I'm not
sentencing
convicted. Yeah, but
phase.
I'm not a convicted. Not
Sentencing.
convicted. Still not convicted. Gotta
Sentencing.
get it
You were
good. Gotta get it
sentenced
good.
for a
No, because you
crime.
can't.
You
No,
were
because
sentenced.
you can't sentence them without
You
convicting
were
them first.
sentenced.
No,
Yeah,
because
but
none of it
deferred
happened.
adjudication
This
is
only
factually
in
a part of the
imagination.
sentencing
This is the
phase.
quantum realm.
It
This
is
only
no.
if this
It's
case
literally a
happens.
fact.
The case will never happen.
It
It's
is
all deferred
literally
for a reason.
is
It's all
literally
deferred
part
for a
of the
reason.
sentencing
It's deferred
phase.
for
It's
a
part of the
reason.
sentencing
It's
phase, Claw.
deferred for a reason because
Guys,
it's not
part of the
convicted.
sentencing phase,
I was
Claw.
told not a conviction. It's a
It's
separate
part of
thing.
the
It's not a
sentencing
conviction.
phase.
It's not a conviction. See, it's not a conviction. That's what's different. Is what I was told.
It's part of
is that
the
it's not a
sentencing
conviction.
phase, Claw.
No, it's not because it's
How do you
not
get
happened yet. It
sentenced?
hasn't.
How
How
do
do
you
you
get
get sentenced
Claw?
before? I'm not sentenced
You get
yet.
sentenced, Claw. You did.
I'm not
You
sentenced.
got,
No, the
you got
fuck I'm
sentenced
not.
to deferred
Okay,
adjudication,
okay.
which is another
Where's
thing for
my
probation.
sentence?
Okay.
How's your officer?
Caroline,
How's your
are you
officer?
talking
How
about-
much do you
are you
pay?
talking
How much do you
about-
pay to be on deferred
Are you
adjudication?
talking about
How's your
your
officer
claiming
doing?
I
Yes,
sentenced-
ma'am.
Wait,
Yes?
how about this?
Hold on.
Are you claiming that I'm Freddie Mercury at this point, bro?
No, I'm claiming that you have an officer. You have to report
I
into a
served
certain
this
set of
sentence without
circumstances.
committing a crime. I served this sentence without committing a crime. Right? Freddie fucking
That's
Mercury.
what you're trying to be. That's what you're trying to be. And no, you're actually just a gay abuser. So close, but you know,
I don't understand what the fuck is
He's a
going on
what
here.
abuser?
a gay abuser. You heard me. So it's just yeah.
To who?
That-
Am I gay or do I abuse
Yeah.
the gay?
Is
Be
he
fast,
abuse a
but I
gay
want to know.
person or is he gay?
I think both would probably apply depending on mood.
Podcast? Is this the
I
projection?
think both would
podcast?
probably apply depending on
Come
mood.
away from gay on Twitch
Look.
and not just drop.
Look,
We're not on
also
Twitch right now,
there's
Megan.
evidence.
Get
Yeah,
with the
what
trap.
Anyways,
Thank God.
next question. On to sentencing. On to sentencing.
That's how I
Deferred
know you.
adjudication.
I'm telling you that I wasn't
Okay.
sentenced yet.
Relax. Thank you for
I'm
calling
not
in.
sentenced. It has not. The trial has
You
not
got
happened. I never
sentenced
got
to deferred adjudication. It's like
wait,
it's
wait,
literally
wait.
another name for community
Are you
service.
hoping-
Fuck.
are you just
Community
hoping he's gay?
supervision.
I'm confused.
Community
I gotta know at this
supervision.
point.
Why would I
That would be
care?
all of the things would yes, all of those things would happen if I got convicted. You are right. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
agreeing with you.
It's
Okay,
part
but
of
I'm not
the sentencing
convicted.
phase.
I
You
didn't
were
get convicted.
sentencing to
I didn't
deferred
get convicted.
adjudication.
No, that's not how
You
it
were
works.
sentenced.
It's literally they're like
Relax.
threatening.
We got
Avoid-
more people in line,
go
so
ahead.
for now,
He was
we're gonna let
sentenced.
this go.
It should be known as a statement of fact.
Dude,
He was
I'm telling you
sentenced.
that I was in for 2 months. Okay, I don't know what the fuck. I was in for 2 months. That was not a sentence. That was me. Maybe you could say it's time served, but it's not a sentence because I did not get convicted of the crime. I did not actually go to court, not see a trial. I did not make a plea deal. None of that shit happened. I was in
Mantis
for
is
2
gonna
months.
try
And
to-
they
I mean,
basically
the
said,
12 months
we are
probation,
going to defer this. Is how they
though.
phrased it. It's deferred adjudication, probation, whatever the fuck that means. I said, does that mean I get to go home? The lawyer said, yes, you're good. And I was like, cool. And then I was done with it, okay? That was all. That was all the fuck it was.
I do remind the court, probation still does stand.
No trial. And a probation does not stand in that case because there was no trial. It was not
Why is
convicted.
that guy wanting to know which way your dick bends?
He did not want to know that. I hope not, but
Okay, Mantis, we're gonna try you one more
a
time.
judge did not look at my guilty plea. I wanted to
Hit the
clear up
join
any
call
rumors.
button.
But yeah.
And if you can't figure this out, I will hate you. I will literally hate you. This is content that you're cucking me out.
I mean, if that's what you hate her for.
I do. It's blood libel. To be clear. If you
I
don't
hate
click
mayonnaise.
Your
that.
trial did not happen. I'll answer questions like that are
Your
simple,
trial's
easy.
tonight, Claw. Twitch Court.
This is what I'm saying, but again, it's not the real trial. The real trial happens
Twitch
because
Court.
again, Megan has the idea. Megan wanted
Okay,
to do
Mantis is here. Mantis, turn on your camera.
and get the information.
Hold on, stop, both of you. Mantis, turn on your camera, and let's hear what you have to say. Yep, you're live.
Hello?
So what I
Hello?
don't get is why
Sorry. Why what?
You're live.
like,
Go on.
Gibbs decides to post all this shit all over Discord.
Yeah.
That's to you,
I don't
Gibbs.
get it either, bud. I don't get it
Not
either,
what it
bud.
But why does he have to be an asshole
What?
That's my
about
point.
someone else's problem?
Also,
Yeah,
Mantis, if you
about
have a
somebody
camera,
else's
please turn it on
private-
so we
that's
can
why-
see who you are.
That
Oh, I'll
was
tell
my
you.
point
Yeah, I got more
originally,
evidence.
It's like, why did this all happen in the first place? Why are
I'll
people
tell you why.
doxing Claw to the point?
Nobody's
no,
doxing
the
Claw.
question's not for you.
Why? Because
But
you
when
want
he was
sympathy from
doxed
other
in the
people?
first
Is that why?
place-
No, I was invited here to defend my girlfriend.
No. I'm talking about Gibbs. He wants
Oh.
more sympathy.
He wants sympathy
Very
and
defensive.
viewers.
I need sympathy?
You want sympathy from viewers because you post stuff on Discord. Because do you think it's cool to post other people's problems on Discord?
No, I don't think it's cool to post other people's problems on Discord. Let me tell you what I think is not cool is when these two people have fucked around and hurt two people I care about deeply.
Oh,
Like,
that
their
we
terrible behavior and squatted into their house,
you
took
tell me-
advantage of these
we
people.
didn't
I
do
just
things.
proved we
Damage
Oh,
proved
so
it.
there's a
We helped
backstory,
that
okay.
person
Just
out.
Okay.
We
I'm
helped
like,
that
you're
person out.
squatted.
What do you need to have proof of that? Wait, what
I
part
already
of that?
proved it. I've already been posting stuff. You posted nothing. You've got no proof. I've literally every time you said any
I
kind of
just
thing,
posted
I've
proof to
posted
Wick.
my-
I just posted proof to Wick about another dismissal. So there's another one. So
Yeah,
there's
every
more
time
proof.
So to be
Talking about-
clear, what he just sent me, so I can read it. I won't read the name out, but he did.
I can send you
Is
the
that your
link to
birthday?
this.
I don't even know if that's your
Yeah,
birthday.
that's my
Okay.
birthday,
Anyway,
probably.
so on August of this year, there was a charge that was dismissed. An adult misdemeanor charge for violation of bond or protective order was the charge, and it was dismissed. So that is a thing.
So
that he-
someone got
The grievous
charged
bodily harm wasn't
on a
though, right?
bond, you mean?
I don't understand this even a sympathy claim. This guy's.
No. I didn't know that there was a backstory. I joined in and there was this whole thing about the picture and
Picture.
like the one on the Discord chat
Huh?
here in the group.
Yeah. The
Okay,
one
well,
that's in-
Mantis, what do you got? What do you
That's
got
for
for us?
Megan.
What? Do you have
No, I
something
just
for
didn't
us?
know. I didn't know that there was a backstory on it, like Gibbs was saying,
Okay, how long have you been watching the stream?
since about 6:30.
And you don't know what's going on?
No, I joined in and knew about the picture. It's about it.
Mantis, thank you for.
Okay. Pretty awesome.
I'm
Is there
obeying
anyone
that guy
else?
from my Discord now.
Anyone else want to call in
Yeah.
that A has been watching the stream and B know what's going on? Who wants to comment?
I have no idea what
What is going
that
on?
is. But more importantly, again, to answer your other claims, what proof would you want to show that I paid 15? Is 1,500 enough for 2 months? When did I move in? Hey, like Gibbs, wait, how did I hurt Mel by doing what you're talking about?
You ended up squatting there. You got criminal trespassed out of there. That's not even.
I did not. You're lying. I
That's
did
I
not.
already, listen,
And I told you why Megan got it, and it was after the fact, and you could look up all the dates.
It's very convenient every time I post something. We have the
Again,
charge.
it's very
They have
convenient
the
that when you
story.
lie, I
And
point
come
out that
back
you
with
lie.
some-
Yes, it's
a
very
crazy
convenient.
story about like hunting for watches that were up people's asses, like Great Granddaddy Bob in that fucking movie. What was that?
The
movie?
point
You,
is
bas-
where you're
you
sitting here
basically
trying to turn
stole.
all of this. No,
You
Gibbs,
basically
you just
stole the
exaggerate
plot of Pulp
everything to
Fiction
try and
with
be
the what?
entertaining.
That's literally what you
Stole
did.
You exaggerate
literally
everything to try and be
stole the
entertaining
plot
when
from
it's like
Okay, we
not
have another
things
caller.
that people want to
Are you saying I
exaggerate.
stole the plot from Pulp Fiction?
Yeah,
what are you trying to say?
yeah. You literally stole the watch plot from Pulp Fiction and tried to pass that off as your own idea, just so that you
Oh
can
my
justify
God.
y'all's criminal trespass.
We have-
That's literally what
Dude, you know what, Gibbs? You know what else has happened? I gotta be honest with you. I've actually picked up a job as a janitor outside of Harvard. You should see my next job.
Okay, we got another caller. Click to join caller.
God, holy fuck, bro.
join
I gotta go
call.
park my car. How do you like those apples?
Okay, pick
Go
start.
ahead.
Pick start is joining us. Pick start is
Hey,
joining
guys.
us. Okay, pick start. Are you
So, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
here? Yes, go ahead.
Cool. So I only have one question. So on the charges in the disposition, it says at the very top, plea 1, assault causes bodily injury, family member, guilty. So if you pled guilty,
And that's at the top of a long thing that at the bottom of it.
yeah,
it says,
but that means that you
okay, so like a
pled
previous
guilty.
status of it was maybe that was again. I don't know how this technology works. I'm not a
It
cop.
has all the
I'm
same
not a
dates
cop.
on it,
I'm not a
9,
cop. I
12,
know you're a
23,
cop.
9, 12,
I'm not a fed.
23.
Okay, I'm not a cop. I'm not a fed. I'm telling you, I don't know how the fuck it works. I'm just telling you what the truth of my situation was. And even in your own evidence, you're saying that after the fact that whatever plea deal guilty you're reading, even after that is a new post-dated thing that says deferred, right? So maybe that was
Yes.
offered and I said no. Maybe that was offered and I said no.
$100.
I don't know. I do not know. I'm just telling you, I was never convicted and never went to trial. There's never anything like that. I never did a plea deal. I never agreed to any of that. I did agree to my when I left that I signed paperwork and shit saying that I wouldn't like commit any more crimes or whatever the fuck. But again, that was all paperwork that I was assuming how the deferment process works. I've never been through this shit again. I never got arrested. I never had to deal with any cop interactions my entire life up to this point. I'm 32 years old. I really don't want to be dealing with all this bullshit drama and all this other weird fucking retarded shit when there's like actual fucking crazy shit going on in the world right now. So it's like I don't know how many more like old ex-retired influencers you have to stalk and harass at this point, Admiral Gibbs. But like, when is enough going to be enough? And when can I just move the fuck on with my life? Like that's all I'm really asking you at a certain point,
Okay.
right?
So really quick, I'm just gonna say this. I just want to get this out. So on June 1st of 2023, you pled not guilty. Then on September 12th of 2023, you pled guilty, and that is when they gave you a deferred injunction because it's your first crime. But you still pled guilty.
I never pled guilty. I will assure
well,
you of that.
you know what? You can say it till the day that you die, and I hope that
Okay,
you,
but I'm
you
just,
I hope
there's
your soul's
never a
good.
time when I
But at
pled
the end of the
guilty
day,
to the
at the end of
conviction
the
or
day,
charge of that. I never did that.
okay,
So
you
whatever
can say
paperwork
that
is saying
because
is outdated. I'm telling you right now that that's not what was told
$2
to me.
$2
and how
from
it's happened.
Firechild to ask, and this is a good question. Did he do community service or not? Did you serve your community service, sir?
I've served my community since the day I was born.
Did in the charge it says that you were given?
I did what I was supposed to do, that my lawyer said to do. Yes, everything that I had to do, I had to do. But
didn't you leave 3 days after getting out of jail and go back to fucking?
no mandatory probation. There was no mandatory probation.
Everyone stop.
or
Everyone
community service.
stop, because I want this to be clear. Yes or no? Did you serve the community service that you were assigned?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That's it. Anything else, Pickstart?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you, and I'll see you.
Well, before we go on, I would like to say something here. I think it's interesting that Claw keeps talking about how I'm obsessed with him when I didn't even know he was coming on until like you messaged me. Wait, I didn't have any plan to mess with Claw at all. I don't give a shit about this fucking piece of shit that's never done anything except for beat women and say the N-word on stream. I don't know why this guy thinks I mean, well, that's great, but you know, so I mean, either way, I don't know you at all. I've like barely know you. The only time I've ever met you is through May. So whenever you sit here and make these things about talking about coming after you, like, bro, I don't know you. I don't know you at all. But I'll tell you what I do know is that Meg's a piece of shit, and I'm trying to expose all of her piece of shit activities. That's what I was trying to do, and so every time you pop in,
Is there anyone else?
I was here to defend her, and do you have anything you want to actually substantiate against her? 'Cause you have nothing yet.
Is there anyone else? Hold on, stop. Is there anyone else, right, that would like to call in about this? If so, you have to DM me on Discord. You have to add me, Wick TV. You have to let me know that you went on. If you do, great. If not, I really don't care.
Also, in the audio, I've already made my statement. Megan's made her statement about the audio back years ago when it happened. That was the truth of the matter then. I don't know why it has to keep being dived into every time. But again, that's
I feel like it's a good testament of your character. I mean, I feel like that's a really good reason.
I
why
mean, sure, that's what it is.
I mean,
that's
you literally just said
my
you
whole
stand by the
identity
N-word,
at this
and you
point.
stand by all these other
I have
shit
no
I can't
problem,
do.
and I have no problem with either of those things. And then that's my identity. So like, I've stood up for what I believe in, right? What do you believe in, Gibbs?
I mean, it's exposing abusive piece of shits like you, I guess. I mean, that's not saying
Okay,
much.
well,
I
good
mean,
luck. I'm sure it's really helping
it's
you in the
just
ladies'
deflecting.
department.
It's just
I mean, I don't know why you're so worried about my ladies' questions. I don't have any ladies.
Multiple times when you want to dig into other people's homes, why you don't show your house? Why you don't just go give a room tour real quick, okay?
Just a quick one.
Why you can't get anybody on
guess-
here like Molly to cooperate
Or
with the
Jackie,
story?
or Mel.
I guess I
It's
just
actually
simply
posted
wonder,
it.
do you stand by that audio?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
Do I like stand there? Like, do I hate myself that it exists? Sure, but it doesn't mean that it's what people think it is or whatever the fuck. Like, that's part of the problem. Is
Why don't
that
we let the audio speak for itself?
well, that's what has happened our whole life, and I have no problem with that, right? I can't change objective truth.
Why
But
do you
you're
think
harassing
that's
her at this point.
about an audio? Yes, that is. It was harassment at the time. It continues to be harassment for no reason.
You're using it against
And you sitting
literally
here,
against
like you
her.
said yourself, to be like, I want to prove that you're an asshole.
Okay.
Like, for what reason? And then the reasons that you're saying
Because
that
they're
you
an asshole.
want to
That's
prove
the reason.
I
the
think people
reason
just
that you're
want.
saying that you want to prove that I'm an asshole
Is a
is
clip
because
of me.
You're saying that I didn't do exactly what I did, where I paid to live at somebody's apartment that they were going to be evicted from anyways because they had not paid their rent because of the COVID laws or whatever the fuck it was. Where you really want to dig into this on a personal level because you're sitting here lying about me. Just
I
saying
mean,
that's
again,
why you want
I mean,
to prove
every
that
time
I'm an
I
asshole.
made a statement, I
That's why
provided,
you want to prove
you know,
that I'm an
evidence.
asshole.
Every time I made a statement.
Firechild has
who-
donated $5, and she says to hear the audio. You're gonna have to do more than that.
Yeah. Like,
So-
that's so weird to me.
What I want to say to Wick, you can look this up. I don't know if you have people in the chat or like producers or whatever the fuck to like help out with this kind of shit. This is the kind of shit I would do back in the day. But there's like the June 30th was the eviction moratorium getting lifted in the county. So it was in Hayes County. Obviously, I'm not in there anymore, but I don't mind like saying
What year,
that.
to be clear?
This past year, so 2023, the COVID eviction. So there was a time where basically she was not on, she was not up on her dates until June 30th. That was, we had paid all of June's rent, and I mean, $1,500 should have covered half of, because we only took one room. Obviously, we didn't take the whole 2-bedroom apartment. So. Well, the other part was like she was moving out regardless, or as far as we knew, because she was moving back in with her parents.
No.
So she did that, and she was living with her parents while we were looking for a new place to go, which we did
She
find.
moved back in with her parents because the abysmal living situation with y'all, and then y'all paying, and so she left because she was not gonna get stuck having to pay for all this bullshit whenever y'all were fucking squatting in there. That's what happened. Like, but
Okay, so let me explain. When were we squatting?
oh my god.
When did the
bro.
squatting start?
You literally got charged with criminal. She literally got charged with criminal
When did the
trespass.
squatting
Being
start?
a squatter,
So we
bro.
showed up at
Criminal.
your so we're like, we're squatting here. No, you idiot. We paid the fucking rent that she couldn't pay to begin
paid
with,
1
where
month's
she
rent.
needed to
And
already
then
move
3 months
to
later-
her parents. And you're
Listen,
gonna sit here and you're gonna
Matt,
call us
you're gonna
criminals.
say
Why?
you
Why
are
can't
criminal.
she be here herself? Why can't she be?
You
Is
are
it because she
criminal.
kicked a cop? Is it because she? So who's
No.
more of a criminal? Somebody who got wrongfully trespassed or somebody who kicks cops? Like, do you really want to get into it? You want to get all personal about it, and you want to be able to bring
mean-
up other people's criminal history. So why can't she be here right now?
I mean,
Is it because
I'll
she has
tell you.
her own legal problems? And maybe, I don't know, this was the circle of people that I wanted to disconnect from to begin with. So don't go, I
$10.
don't understand why you're going to throw stones in glass houses.
$10 from Aaron M. Sound to say financial incentive to hear the audio, please.
How much, Megan? How much to hear the audio?
How much? I'll give
How
you
much
half
for
of
the
what
audio?
you say.
Half of
If
what
you give me a
said.
number, well, half of what I get.
Fundraising
So I only
stream.
get 70%. Well, what's the cut on YouTube that I get? Tell you what, if we can get $100, I'll give you 25. Is that good? PayPal. If you have PayPal, do you have PayPal?
I don't think that it's like, I don't want to, I would rather stand for what I'm sorry, but like,
Okay.
I mean, it's just interesting every time I make a claim. This is kind of the situation, you know,
think
because we're not
we're
willing to
wrong.
substantiate
Agree
these
with it.
claims. You don't agree with something that happened? I don't know if you can agree with
an
historical-
audio that was taken out of context.
Why was the
by
audio-
somebody trying to harm us? To
Why was the
begin with.
audio made, right?
Yeah, it's like the intent of it all. So you sit here years
Ah.
later.
I think it's a very good character
like, you just
example
sound
of what
stupid
kind of
at this
people you
point.
are. I mean, no, I'll tell you what sounds stupid is y'all's insane ramblings that you go on and start talking about all
So
this.
your evidence that
while
Megan
trying
is
to-
a piece of shit.
But we
Oh yeah, the squatting. We open a restaurant. And like I'm just saying,
I mean, I can just say that your evidence
so
against Megan being a piece of shit is an audio clip of me beating the shit out of her.
No, that's not what I said at all. But I mean, you brought up you made an unsubstantiated claim about me, so I said
I've never
well,
made an unsubstantiated claim
oh
about
my
you.
lord!
I
You
said
literally
that,
were you
I said
literally
that you may have buried Molly in the backyard because I have seen your backyard and it's disgusting, and you need to learn how to use a lawnmower. Yeah.
My backyard
where we
is
barbecued, remember when we barbecued?
I literally have a lawn service.
I
Bro.
believe there was a
I know that-
fingering this happened
Yikes,
this
bro!
night.
Give a long service. Like, show us your backyard right now with your lawn service. Let's see.
I mean, I can take a photo and go post it. It'll
No,
make you
like-
feel better. What? Look, I'm gonna take a photo. Just for
No, take your phone. It's right there, right? Your window. The window I know is like right there. You just show us outside the window.
Hey,
What is he gonna go and take like
I
a
don't know
fucking
what's
he's gonna go get like an actual like Zillow. He's gonna
Beautiful.
Zillow up a fucking home. What the fuck?
okay. Someone has a question about the audio, regarding the audio, but not about the contents. Hold on. I'll add them, and I'll add them into the group chat, and they can ask. Hold on.
Yeah. Again, I'm not trying to bully Admiral Gibbs and his living situation, but it's like Megan said, it's weird to like throw stones from glass houses. Like Mel is going through her own shit right now, and I don't think Mel would even be the one that's like saying any of this. Gibbs just like talked to her one time, and now he's like has no friends or like people to talk to anymore about this shit. So he just like collects this stuff as like evidence, whatever the fuck.
Okay, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the backyard video now. It's pretty empty. It's mowed backyard. Fair enough.
Okay. Don't even know
okay.
if that's real.
He just showed it
Who
to me
knows?
right now.
I saw the same thing. I have no idea. I don't remember. It did not look like that, but
It's possible he may have mowed the lawn in between the time.
yeah. Again, or he could have cleaned his house. I don't know why he decided to take the video right
If
after
it
he left
pleases
the
the
house.
court,
But
if it pleases the court, I think that we should put the video of the backyard on screen and take a vote on it. Take a poll.
yeah, it's
If
a
it
clean
so does
backyard.
please the
It's a
court.
clean backyard.
Okay, someone want to share their screen or something? I don't know how to fucking do this game. I'm bad at that thing. But we have a caller. We have a caller while we mess with that. Rezzy, I'll give that task to you. And while you're doing that task, caller, please, if you have a camera, turn it on.
We got a nice clean porch.
You know what? Yeah, why not?
Why not? Go ahead. That way we can see who you are. And then...
I didn't even...
Well, you just show up on our screen, right?
I'm definitely not trying to hide any evidence, by the way. Like, again, this is not me having any say in this at all. You guys want to be the one that goes against the woman's consent, go for it. But
okay,
I have no fucking problem
Black,
talking about this shit.
what's your question? Go ahead.
I have a question to Claw. So regarding the audio that was recorded, I'm not going to ask about what's in it. I just have a question. So, if in the future you ever have children, it's online, it's going to be there, and it's attached to your name. So I'm wondering, if you have children and they listen to that, how would you explain that to them, and how would you justify it, disregard it, try to explain to them that it was wrong, and then how do you think that that would make them feel and then shape them?
I mean, I don't think that I would justify it in like a serious sense of like it was okay, but like the whole ordeal was not okay to me. Like I would explain it in a way that's like, yeah, like that would be a part of my fucking life, is that we were being harassed from every fucking angle, and I felt like I was losing my goddamn mind. And like it's weird how we're always like skipping to this point of like what makes the person crazy instead of like what actually is this like direct cause of these people that are harassing us to make us break. And we've had even people like Destiny have made statements like, oh, it's very easy for me to get Mel all riled up. And it's like, he's admitted to choking out his ex-wife before. And like Mr. Girl has had problems where he's like talked about like how he had a disruptive, relationship with ex-girlfriends, stuff like that. But I'm somebody who like, even in the situation that I'm currently in, right, like the girl still has never come out and complained about this situation or whatever happened. I've tried to stay quiet on it because I didn't want to go into the realities of what I was facing during that whole fucking orchestrated ordeal that was manufactured against us both. But then also, even in my previous relationships and people that I've lived with, I've never experienced, like, I've never had to deal with like that level of shit in any of my behind the scenes life, right? Like, it's not like this is like a recurring theme of anything other than what I've admitted to in there, which is I yell and I don't, that's always going to be part of my DNA, is how passionate, loud, obnoxious, arrogant, angry, whatever the fuck I get. But that's more of like a verbal warfare, a emotional fucking spectrum of shit. Like, there's all of those things that I've already admitted to, and that's been who I am, and it's been in my DNA, and I've never hid that from anybody. Like, I've literally streamed as a blackout alcoholic for like years on this platform, regardless of whether I was orchestrating it or exaggerating personality traits or whatever the fuck. I think it's like the same as like, what would Brad Pitt's kids look at when he watched Fight Club? But then the allegations came out about Angelina Jolie saying that he was beating the shit out of the kids and the wife and all this fucking shit. But it's like the kids even weren't saying that was the case, right? Like,
I think that's. I don't think that's analogous. To be clear,
I think absolutely it is, because that's what I was doing.
One's a movie and the other.
One's a movie and one's a movie and one's real life. Except I've been told by the razor blade guy that if it was all part of a bit, if it was all a test to see what Claw would do if we tried to make him go crazy. Well, hold on, if that was what it was, if that's what it was, if it was all an orchestrated event to make Claw go crazy, then I think that it was a successful test, and I passed that test by not going to the crazy level that they thought that I would go to, which was actually cause any real harm to Megan. I feel like I never caused any actual real life harm to Megan during any of that, because everything that happened during that whole orchestrated ordeal was me yelling at her, was me raising my voice, was me doing all the emotional fucking weird shit that I do, because that's what I do when the fucking it's like you're workshopping and you're doing whatever the fuck. It's funny, and it's like I was literally ranting about stupid shit. None of it was true.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
I'm glad you don't stand by the mid blowjob arguments.
I don't think so. It seems like he started off saying that he wouldn't defend it, and then continued on to say other examples, trying to make it seem like it's more common, giving Destiny and Mr. Girl as an example. And then also saying that she was basically goading him on, trying to get a reaction out of him, trying to get him to be explosive.
Well, partially her, but not exclusively her. There's an entire realm of people orchestrating this shit.
So other people trying to get you mad causes.
So was there
you
a third
to
party on the
scream and
recording
shout
that is edited out of the recording? Is that part true, Rez?
Sorry,
was
say
there
it
a
one
third
more
party
time.
that participated that was instigating the entire thing? Was
What
that
do you
true?
mean by this?
Was there a third party and part of that phone call that I was talking to somebody? Even you said that you're proud that I didn't stand by what I said, right? Because I'm sitting there ranting to some third party. Who was that third party? That third party was not Megan that I was talking to, correct?
Correct.
Oh, okay, so then there was a third party that was instigating this conversation between me, started recording me during this process, and then throughout that process,
You're misrepresenting this based on interviews she's done.
I'm misrepresenting what part of it?
You're misrepresenting her story in many ways.
Whose story?
The
third party?
The third party story on
Why
this,
did we call that third person? Why did Megan want to talk to that third party person?
Because you were having a moment because Megan had barricaded herself in a bathroom.
This is the part of the
as
story
has been
that's wrong.
stated by that person.
No, this is the part of the whole
repetitively.
story that's wrong. This is like where the story breaks down.
Yes,
this
because
was
she started
Megan
recording
wanted to
it
call
after
this
you started
person
watching
because of a
the donkey
breakup
video.
that person was going through. That's what it started as, right?
We can probably get it
so
on.
why were we talking about? Why did I have? Again, I don't really like to spend my free time with these fucking retards.
May I jump in here? I would like to point out something.
I think we should just get through the video real quick.
Yeah, I think we should get through the video, but I also would just like to say one thing. I think it's interesting. I've heard this claim brought up several times.
What video? There's no video.
And I've tried to insert myself multiple times. But I would like to point out, originally, this panel was going to be just me and Meg, right? And somehow this man has inserted himself in here, and he's getting a high, basically, off all of
But I
this
didn't even understand.
So basically, it's very interesting that he's...
You have no allegations against... You still have none against Megan. You have nothing to say about Megan.
It's really interesting.
What do you have to say that I have not explained already for you? What allegation do you have against Megan that I've not explained for you? Go ahead.
It's very interesting to me because he sat here and claimed, "Oh, I've tried to insert myself," when the entire stream has been Claw inserting himself into this stream.
I never inserted myself into this at all. I was invited to be here, right? And I'm defending Megan against the shit that you've said about about her that I've also disputed every single point of it.
Yeah,
And I've not disputed or disputed anything you said about me. I've literally just accepted everything you said about me because I don't give a fuck about your opinion, so I don't care, right? So I'm just here defending my Megan from your insane allegation. Yeah, because everything you said is literally like a fairy dust. It's fugazi.
I mean,
it's not real.
Just like the backyard thing. Oh, I walk out there and it's cut.
Again, you walked out. I was expecting you to take a fucking photo. Where's the living room, bro? Like, take a whole fucking thing. But again, don't do that because now I'm just a schizophrenic person that's trying to get you to dox yourself. I don't want you to dox yourself or anything, right? Whatever you say. I just don't care. There's no moving of the goalpost. I disputed every single point you said. You said that I squatted. That's not how that works.
I know that you can.
There was no squatting. I explained her trespassing charge. I explained her trespassing charge.
Hold on.
No one believes you.
Hold on. I've been sent some documents by Chai Boo-Woo.
Chai Uwu. Chai Bunny Uwu
Chai
baby. That would be the
Bunny Uwu.
third party person that now wants to involve herself. So now this is the third party person.
That, I believe is doxing.
Go for it.
That is a
Let me read
doxing.
her
Statement. That was a doxing.
This
Then
is
join
what
the call, Chai.
she
Then
wrote
join the
this
call, Chai.
allegedly, just real quick, allegedly, she wrote this the night of the incident. This is what she says. This is 1 a.m. on June the 5th, 2022. Received a call from Claw on Twitch saying he was bored and Meg locked herself in the bathroom. Picked up the call and you can hear her in the background screaming and whimpering. Claw egged the situation on emotionally by saying things that weren't neutral and discussing it with me while she was in ear's range. Meg came in saying how she shouldn't be in a call and that it was weird, and messaged me asking me to hang up, but I told her this was her seeing how he reacts and this may be able to open her eyes. They had just come back from a bar where Claw lost his hoodie after drinking a few. He said he wasn't that drunk, but Megan said otherwise. He was continuing to drink while on call with me and sang a new song that he had made while Seventh was in the background asking him to stop. Unsure if the song was about her or not. Seventh tried to record Claw several times throughout the Discord call I was in with him, and each time he audibly asked her to stop. I wasn't recording yet because I didn't see the need to currently, as this is something Seventh has done before emotionally and action-wise. Claw said he had a strict no recording him in his own home, and she broke the rule. Claw attempted to go in the bathroom via the second door, which he's able to lock from the outside, and I heard him some loud crashing noises, which he stated was her opening the drawer and blocking the door with the drawer. During this conversation/argument, Seventh had referred to Claw as her abusive ex-boyfriend, and in return, Claw did the same, referring her to his ex and stating how he'd just go bang her, and that if she didn't want to be with him, she didn't have to, and that he's shocked she can't just break up with him already. He went on about how she apparently never liked him, and that he felt, we're almost done, suspicious that she was just using him for security until her case was dismissed, which it was a few days ago. A mutual friend between the two was supposed to come over after she left the bar, but she never made it to Claw's during the call I was in. I reached out to Seventh's friend Malhezy to come pick her up after the call ended, but haven't gotten a response. Claw said he also reached out to Mel to come to her, get her, but no confirmation. Throughout the call, you can hear Seventh in the background screaming to a noise complaint level on and off during the entire duration of the call. She was worried I was recorded in the beginning, which I wasn't, and proceeded to Discord message Claw that what she had to say, and he responded verbally.
But me asking that question's on the recording, so that she was starting.
Let him finish.
I told Claw he also wasn't right in this situation. He came back and ended the call and told me he was going to go for a walk and that she better not be there when he gets back or she's dead. During the call, I heard Seventh say, "You're hurting me," a few times, and apparently the bathroom's a mess now for whatever reason, and he sounded aggressive communication-wise and physical sound-wise when telling her to clean it up and leave before he got back home. Mel was unable to get Meg as she is busy with family. No known alternative to come to get him. There we go.
Okay, I mean, I feel like that's incredibly characterized wrong in so many levels, but if she wants to come on here and talk, she can. She said she's tired of this or whatever. So, I mean, again, the messages probably Megan has back in the day, unless she deleted them, but there's definitely messages prior to me calling Chai that day of her talking to Megan about an ex-boyfriend and asking Megan and I to talk to her about this after the fact. So we were there as a friend to this girl. I had just gotten back from a bar and was just chilling, doing whatever the fuck. Like, Megan wanted to talk to this chick to talk about an ex-boyfriend drama, whatever the fuck. I said, whatever, I don't really care. Then all of a sudden, the drama started between Megan and this girl, And that's what they were fighting over, is Megan was like saying, hang up the phone or whatever to the girl. And I'm sitting there kind of like stuck between them until they started instigating each other. And then all of a sudden I'm dealing with two psycho bitches. And it was both of them like dealing. And I eventually just put my foot down and started screaming at both of them. And that's what the recording is me just yelling at both of them and telling them both to shut the fuck up. And me going on a rant that I don't agree with, obviously, that I was just ranting to be a fucking funny rant. I didn't think it would be recorded. I didn't think there was like a big deal other than the fact that I knew everything I was saying, but Megan could hear me, so I was clearly just saying things to fuck with her. But that's
Okay.
As friends, but then it got to a certain point of like I didn't understand what was going on in your friend circle with the other people that you were interacting with, because I didn't think that it was appropriate the way that you would sometimes talk with Claw. Like that you would like, I don't want to like super get into it unless you want to come on here and talk and defend yourself, but I thought that the way that like you're in a friend group where a lot of those people are like doing open type things, I don't know, but there's just like a certain level of where I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. This is not like how I have relationships and stuff like that, and that was the point, that it was.
Do you think that did you think that Shy wanted to fuck Claw, Meg?
Yeah, what's the accusation here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think Shy wanted to fuck Claw?
So Chai wanted to fuck Claw.
Mhm.
Molly wanted to fuck Claw. Timbuktu wanted to fuck Claw. God wanted to fuck Claw. Everybody wants to fuck Claw, according to Meg. Do you see what kind of delusion we're dealing with here?
Do you
It's
think
just
I want to fuck
lies
Claw?
on lies.
Okay,
That's the
sure,
truth,
bro.
though.
I mean, sure, okay.
okay.
I don't know what you're.
I heard what Molly said to me, and it grossed me the fuck out to a point where my eyes
What
were
did
awakened.
Molly say?
She said she looked me dead in the eyes, and I refused to look at her because I thought she was a mermaid. And she looked and she was like, "I know what I fucking deserve." And Megan was about to beat the shit out of her, and it was the funniest thing ever. And yeah, she was like, and I was like, I don't want anything to do with this chick at all. And she started following us around the whole night with a fucking ultraviolet light to see if we were vampires. And we were like, we're not vampires, nor are we inviting you to our cult even if we were a vampire.
Did she think you were vampires, or did she want to fuck you?
I don't know. Ask her. She should.
Well,
be the one.
no, I think you just made the
It was very
assertion.
awkward, and she had definitely sexually harassed at least me during that barbecue. That's the point that I was trying to make.
Was this with the finger?
But again, I would also assume
The
that
vampire allegations are new, to be clear.
Yes, yeah.
Barbecue, which,
Are
by
you
the
a
way,
vampire?
I'm making that up because I know that the allegation was that she had a light that had an ultraviolet light that she was carrying around, right, Gibbs?
So I want to point out there was
Just
another
confirm that part's
allegation
true
made
for
about
the
my
court.
yard.
For the court, she was following me around with a lamp with
that is
no.
not
She did. She lied.
She carries lamps, bro. She likes lamps.
So she did have a lamp that she had no light shade.
She wasn't following
And she
you
had
around.
no light shade.
You
Yes, she
realize you were
was.
a guest in basically where
Why was she
stayed,
following me around with a light, with a
Wait.
lamp
Following you
shadeless?
around.
Why
Are
was
you
she doing that?
delusional?
Does
Wait,
Molly?
hold on,
Was
why-
this
hold on,
Molly's
stop. I
domicile?
don't
Was
understand.
did
I
she
literally
do it
This is
or
where
not?
Molly, this is where Molly lives,
on.
by the way.
I don't understand what
Does she
is
live
the
there, or do you have her
allegation-
trapped
What is the
there?
allegation that she had a lamp?
Now, I mean, what
She
do
would
you-
follow me around with a lamp with no shade on it, with just an ultraviolet light in it, and she was like scanning
Like a
people with
black
all
light?
of us. Yes.
No, it's one of my old, like, so it's an antique lamp thing. And
But
she
it's
has,
real,
like,
and she was following us around with it.
I definitely realized. So it's just an antique lamp,
Okay.
like a multi-changer color light in there. That's like an LED.
Okay, she's just fucking
Hashtag
around.
claws right.
Wait, so Gibbs, are you trafficking women?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Prove it. My evidence
Yeah,
states otherwise.
So we
Yeah,
have,
my evidence. Where's Molly? Where's Molly? Where is she?
Oh, she's with her.
Megan's
baby
right
daddy.
here. Megan still
She's
loves
got her
me.
baby
Where's
daddy.
Molly? Oh, she had her baby daddies. Okay. What does
I
that
mean,
mean, Gibbs?
That means that she'd be with her baby daddy.
Man.
That
Okay,
she
enough
has
of
a
this.
child with?
Okay.
Gang, if no one else wants to call in, I hope you
Yeah.
don't. I think
Yeah.
we're kind of.
I hope that we got all this behind us.
Um,
And you know what I think you should do, Wick? I think you should talk to your moderators and your admins again about unbanning me in your Discord, because it's been quite a long time, and I think that maybe these fucking kids could start to actually communicate instead of.
them and they'll
Do we
make
get
their
closing
decision.
statements?
I don't know who the fuck they
Yeah.
are. How do I
Okay,
see
thank
who
you.
the
Hold
fuck
on,
they're
hold on.
thinking?
I will tell you at the end of the show.
Okay.
But if you guys have liked this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, follow me on Kick, hit that follow button, send me some super chats if you to appreciate. Send me some subs on Kick. That would be really appreciated. We are going to get last closing statements for everyone involved. I'm going to let Meg go very last. Let her have the last word. We're gonna go Claw, Gibbs, Rezzy, Meg. That's the order. Go ahead, Claw.
Cool. Okay, so my final statement is I have been on Megan's side since I started dating her. Obviously, there's stuff from 2020 that kind of went, get Rez brought up or whatever. I've been pretty truthful in all of my statements and whatever the fuck I've had. I've made a statement about the whole clip thing already back in when it happened years ago. I haven't really made any statements about any of this other new shit that came up that everyone's trying to relate to this same thing, but is completely unrelated. That part was all proven today. So like this thing that happened to me years ago, not only have I already been to jail because of it, like, right? Not because of the exact thing or the day of, but that clip was used to put me in jail for 2 months. That was like a problem that I had to deal with myself. I cleared my name, got everything as far as I know, cleaned up, and is going to be expunged from the record or whatever the fuck after a certain amount of time. That was what I was all told from all of these different things. That's all I can give my information about, and I gave as much as I could about Megan, that we did not squat in anybody's home. We did not harm anybody of Gibbs's friends. None of his friends are here to say that we harmed them. Jackie is on our side about a lot of that shit that you're talking about. Mel is on our side for a lot of that shit. I saw Mel. Mel was the one who watched Zia for us. I went and picked up Zia from Mel when I left Texas. The reason that she was she like did that was because, again, people like you are all fucking tormenting this chick and not letting her live her fucking life and just move on with her life, right? Because again, you don't have any problems with her directly, right? All of your problems are other people saying that they have problems that aren't here to say those same things to her or about her or to her or about me in the same regard, right? You have nobody, no victims of mine are coming forward, no victims of hers are coming forward. This is the exact same type of situation that you guys literally did against Destiny, right? With like where I helped Mr. Girl communicate with a lot of people that he wanted to get in contact with, and then a lot of the DGG people were like, oh, Claw's helping Mr. Girl destroy Destiny. That was never the fucking case. I didn't want to help Mr. Girl destroy Destiny. I did not orchestrate a fucking thing. There was a meme that I said to Darius one time, when Darius is the one who made the connection between Mr. Girl and me, by the way. I never reached out to him. Darius was the one that said, oh, you two should talk to each other. So we talked to each other, and all I fucking said was like, yeah, there's like, this is what I know about these things. I can try to get you. I'm friends with these people. I can add you to a call. That's all I ever did. And like, I don't know why this like community of people, the panel show people, the whatever the fuck, have so much like bullshit to talk about or whatever, because there's nothing else, there's no content anymore. Like, I get it, like there is content. I don't know why people aren't talking about the real shit in the world. They're talking about this stuff, but whatever. More importantly, I've literally just let Megan take the whole reins on this whole narrative. It's her fucking story to tell. Let her fucking say the story. Thank you for letting her be the last one on all this shit. I don't fucking care about this shit either way. I don't think you guys understand that Zerka, I feel like if anything, I'm trapped behind what is happening because I want the audio to be out there. I want to go fucking hunt down 14-year-olds like Zerka and Clint and all these fucking people. I want to just be like saying the N-word hard R on fucking Kick. I want to fucking be like just saying the F slur all the fucking time. I think all of that would be super fucking fun and cool, but I'm actually like trapped behind this persona that, you know, that this is who I am, okay? I'm going to be as honest and truthful as I possibly can in honor of Megan. So how about you guys just listen to her for once in your fucking lives and stop listening to these fucking people that are all speaking hearsay and secondhand shit, and nobody has a fucking single firsthand experience to talk shit about either one of us.
Okay, thank you. Gibbs, go ahead.
All right, so I mean, I'm just gonna actually just ignore all the rambling turd. But long story short, every time I've made a claim, I've provided some substantiated evidence to that claim, and about half the time here, maybe even 75% of the time, they've openly admitted that I was right, and then backpedaled and moved the goalpost every single time. And you know, I just gotta say, it's really concerning because these people are just some of the most horrendous people I've ever encountered in my entire life. They're bad people. I don't know how many times something bad has to happen with these people before they realize that they're the ones that are the bad. Like every single time something happens, they're the root cause. It's just outstanding and crazy and outlandish that nobody like has over here sat and done this. Like, for example, Claw inserted himself in this conversation, try to deflect and say I was doing stuff. Claw called me out on my yard. I went and mowed my, not mowed yard. I went and took a photo of my mowed yard. Boom, done. So for, you know, then he made a claim about a light. He's talking about a light walking around.
But
it's just
you
outrageous.
admit that the yard was not mowed before.
It was mowed fine. Listen, I wouldn't have had people over.
When the party?
So the point is that every time
I don't care about the.
Every time they've made an accusation or a statement about me, or they've asked me to provide evidence, I provided some sort of evidence, and I've made it there. However, every time they've tried to substantiate any evidence, they provided nothing except that whatnot, and then just back down. So all I gotta say is, don't trust these people. They're awful people. They'll screw you over. They're gonna try to fuck your life up. They'll take advantage of you. They're just very bad, unequivocally bad people, and on top of that, delusional.
Okay, thank you for being here, Gibbs.
Okay.
Rezzy, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to go ahead and say, Claw has accused several people of pedophilia. I don't believe that that is a substantiable argument, and I will be presenting.
Well, how do you pronounce it?
I will be presenting evidence. This is my final statement.
I have evidence of Zerka hitting on a 14-year-old as of last night. I have evidence of Dream hitting on 16-year-olds as of a week ago. I have. What evidence do you want to talk about? What? Hello?
If you have that evidence, please present it.
I have presented that shit. What do you mean? Do you need me to tweet it or send you the tweets I have? To
anyways,
Zerka? Like,
I will be going ahead
clips, like right now,
and
he's live
finishing
on
up
Kick,
my final
hunting down
statement.
14-year-olds on
Because
the
at the end
whatever
of the day,
website OME.
that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna be hosting an open Q&A session for the victims of Claw on Twitch and anybody else who is curious, as well as presenting more evidence to the court in future parts. I do hope that you guys get the help that you fucking need, but I realize that someday you will simply be dead under a bridge. Good day, and good day.
Wow.